So I don't know how long we'll actually play, but we will see. Hey, Knife the Rainbow. We'll see how much we can get through and how long my brain can last. We did have a 5-hour stream yesterday, so... Wanted wall. Huh. Wanted wall? Oh, are these... Oh, these are Kickstarter backers, I'm guessing? Guessing these are Kickstarter backers. Wait, what is this? Drunkenly summon frogs and toads into the establishment. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, let's play. It's my autosave. This is my most recent save. Alright, we are still in Act 2. Still in Act 2. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Is a new wanted. Excuse me? What are you two doing here? I was not ready for that. What are they doing here? Hi, Polly. Hi, Polly. This can't be the same universe. I refuse. I don't even remember what Himbo's name is, but yeah. Are they dating? No, no, these are the characters from Monster Prom that you can date. Well, 2 of the characters. The one on the left is the one that I actually successfully went on a date with when I did Monster Prom with the Doka crew. Phew, I knew we took the right path. Who said we can't road trip all by ourselves? Liam did, I think. I think that was perhaps a rhetorical question. Whoa, dude, didn't see you there. What's up? I love the tail wag. Sky, last time I checked. Better be very confusing otherwise. Very true. They look very cute in this art style, I must say. Is this your crib? Yes, indeed. Welcome to the Wayfarer's Inn. With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking? Pollygeist and the goodest of boys, Scott Howe. And together we are the Prank Masters. They have Monster Road Trip one now, that's probably what this refers to. Possibly. With a Z, woo. Pleasure to meet you. I'm your humble innkeeper. Awesome, what drinks do you serve? Oof, yeah, we're in desperate need of some booze. Sorry to disappoint, but I don't serve booze. What? Why? The age rating system is quite harsh on such things. And I've got to keep the place open somehow. I feel ya. We all got some burdens to carry. What else have you got? Magical beverages that can enhance your abilities. It's even rumored they might influence your fate. Oh, that's so cool, dude. Like an influencer, but for a fate. A fate-fluencer. That would go so hard on Moment Graham. It goes pretty hard here as well, fellow kids. Bet. Inkeep, please influence our fate before I get bored. I'm feeling incredibly depleted from this weird as fuck trip. Sounds like you're in dire need of some stamina. I think you could use something a bit stronger than usual. Dope! Give me your strongest potion! Technically, never mind. Okay. Okay. Okay, you want... do I have cocaine to put in Polly's drink? Because I'm pretty sure that's what Polly wants. Pretty sure Polly wants some cocaine. Let's see. Sailor's Courage. I'll date the bartender, he has a nice voice. Blush. Let's see. Where are we going? Southern Brawler, yep, let's get the Southerner in here. I gotta remember how to mix all of these. 1, 2, tree. You'll have to call Morgan, she's probably lurking. Southern Brawler. Funky drink for a funky gal. Let's see. Whoa, this is good. Very good. So good I can't even miss the booze. Well, maybe a little bit. Take that as a compliment. Try this, Scott. Ooh, that tickles just like pickle juice. So, Scott Howell, would you like a drink as well? Nah. But you could tell us where we are and what cool things we can check out around here. You're in Zenith, in the Republic of Fisoa. Are you lost? Nope. At least not as long as we're having a blast. You seem slightly out of this world, though. Oh. Maybe you're onto something, potion seller. I'm not... You know, we were road tripping, supposed to be living the trip of our lives. Okay, so this is a monster road trip crossover thing. And something weird happened. We were about to take the next turn in the crossroads and then whoosh. Portal opened up and I couldn't hit the brakes in time. Yeah, we drove straight through and ended up on a gravel road. Everything seemed different and dated. So dated. Dated? Duh. I've seen and done plenty of weird stuff, but this is a different kind of weird. So weird. No cars, only carriages and stuff. Cars? Yeah. Do you mean... Oh, I didn't mean to click... I was clicking here to advance the dialogue, and then the thing popped up and everything and all that. Should also probably just agree or something. Or say, like, you can have him. She likes saying that. Less cop vibes, more supportive vibes. Or like carriages, but without the horsies. I've got no clue what you're talking about. I don't think cars exist here, Scott. Now it makes sense that my phone has no signal either. What makes sense? Oh, look at Scott's crying. I landed in the past. Oh, does that mean we time traveled? Yeah. That's so cool. Well, time travel is possible. I wonder what made them pick specifically Polly and Scott. Like, out of all of the characters. Scott makes sense, I suppose. Scott's kind of the poster boy, I guess, but Polly is interesting. I don't know who the most popular character is out of the cast. Oh, are they the defaults for road trip? That would make sense. Sounds more like you participated in interdimensional or inter-universal travel, which is rare, but happens occasionally. Wait. So what you're saying is we are super special and lucky to have participated in such an event? Likely. Dope. This is a sign, Scott. The universe sent us here to wreak havoc. Oh, the prig masters will strike again soon after a nap. Can we take a nap, Polly? Good idea. Hey, funky magic mystery pal, you better get to writing that tour guide. See what I can do. Good. You have a room for us? Of course. Got a room upstairs. Just ignore the scratching sounds and leaking water by the iron door. Don't worry, we've seen worse than that. We've got plenty of experience with sea monsters. Always hyped to meet more. See you in a bit, Innkeep. Come on, Scott. Let's hit the sheets. Oh, okay. Have fun in there, you two. Think Polly is most popular? I guess that makes sense. We should add some do not enter signs. I mean, out of the ones, like, the thing with Monster Prom is all of them have their specific thing turned up to, like, the umpteenth degree. So, like, yeah, Vera's your Dami mommy, but she also is, like, a super capitalist. And, yeah, Damien's the aggressive one, but he's, like, so aggressive that it's, like, a problem. And then Scott's a himbo, but like, eats glue. So it's... Polly has, like, one of the less problematic ones. Polly just really likes drugs. So... hello. Glad to see you, Baya. Thank you for having me, now that... Is your friend's dispute still ailing you? So lonely. I came to ask... Have you sent someone to help my friends? I did, actually. I mean, drugs are a problem, but... If, like... You know, if I'm choosing between, like, the super capitalist that's going to take advantage of people and the demon that might just get mad at me and punch a hole through my stomach, I'm probably just gonna pick the one that's like, oh, you know, I snort some cocaine on the side. She liked wild sex and crimes. Those are benefits. That's a good thing. You did? Yes, I sent Fable and Aura to solve the dispute. Oh. Then let's hope they'll be friends again soon, so. We can have tea parties again. And I can stop being lonely. At least people are visiting my spa, that's good. Thank you for handing out my coupons. Hey, Polly and Scott! Did I hear spa? Yes. Doesn't that sound like something, Scott? Ooh, I love spa things. I do love how this is just straight up like, they just did this specific Polly pose in their style. She was chaotic? Chaotic? Exactly, the best kind of chaotic. I love spa things. How are you, our tour guide, sweet bog creature? Oh, you called Maya sweet. Tour guide? Do you want to visit my spa? These two are Pollygeist and Scott Howell. They're currently looking for entertainment. And a way back home, but entertainment first, obviously. It's incredibly boring here. No offense, Funky Magic Mystery Pal. It is funny how dialed back Polly has to be. Because we're playing Tavern Talk, we're not playing Monster Prom, because Polly would have already said fuck like 10 times and asked to have a threesome in Monster Prom. None taken. Where is your home? In a portal or something. Yeah, we came through a portal, which is itself pretty rad. But we've had the medieval tavern experience and all. It was good while it lasted, but it's time to move on. Move on to my spa. Something like that. Which makes me think, Bio, do you think you could help them find a way back home? Of course. You can do that? First, you have to visit my spa. Nothing easier than that. I'm in need of a facial anyway. The air here is so dry. Bog water is especially moisturizing. Wait. Does that mean we can go skinny dipping in some hot springs? This is as lewd as we're gonna get right here. Oh yeah, absolutely. My hot springs are the best. Cool. So a pit stop at your spa and then a road trip back home? You joining us for a ride, sweet bog creature? Please say yes. We'll see. I'll first show you the portal in my spa. Bring them to the portal, you could take a ride with them through it. Might help you with your loneliness. You think so? Wait, is Baya going to be one of the romanceable characters in Monster Prom? Whoa, that would be crazy. If you could date Baya in Monster Road Trip, rather. Is that where this crossover's going? Yes. That one's only on the ride with the Prank Masters. I'll think about it. Which portal do you want to take? The one through Avalon full of dreams and forests, or the one through the Twilight Chasm, a place full of dread and weird fishies? Ooh, the Twilight Chasm sounds spooky. I love spooky. I love dreams, they're so weird. Like that one dream I had where I was my own dad. What? Where should I lead them, Innkeeper? Nightmare Realm for sure. Nightmares? Heck yeah, I haven't had one of those in a while. Sounds dope. Sure you don't lose your minds though. No promises. Can't wait to show you my mud masks. Can't wait to show you the world, sweet bog creature. My name is Baya. Oh, I love Baya. If Baya is romanceable in Monster Road Trip, holy shit, I need to play Monster Road Trip. Like, come on, it would make sense. Like, honestly, like this design in Monster Prom, it would make sense. It checks out. Let's hit the road, Baya. Enjoy your trip and safe travels. Bye, potion seller. See ya. Goodbye, innkeeper. They're just so adorable. Like, come on. My guess would just be a cameo, but I'd love if it were otherwise. My guess would be a cameo too, but god, it would be great. Glad Baya can find a little comfort in those peculiar visitors, at least. Excited to hear the story she'll tell when she gets back. Oh, that was the entire day. Oh, that was a short one. It was the crossover day, I guess. Now we just need, like, some of the Valhalla characters and stuff in here. Coffee talk, maybe? Come hell or high water. I forgot about our little floppy friend that makes noise. Hi! Good evening, innkeeper. Good evening, Grace. Can I ask you for a drink? Anytime. What can I do you for? I'm pretty spent. Do you have something that will keep my mind awake for a while longer? I have something that can do just that. One moment. Okay, big mind. You want a cosmic thingy. A cosmic thingy what's it? Which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Sparkling Nebula. That's like the only one Ondu has that reaction to. Drink for the mind and soul, enjoy. Thank you, this is just what I needed. You're still so tired, I thought you were done with your thesis. I am, which also means I need to figure out what to do next. I love your hair. Possibilities are endless but not boundless, so considerations are a complicated endeavor. Have you considered a break? I have. Say, innkeeper, if you had forever, what would you do with it? Never thought about that before. I like being an innkeeper, so I'd just keep doing this forever. It's relaxing and safe. I get to meet the most wonderful people and wizards all day. Forever's a really long time. Isn't there anything else you would like to do? I'm not crazy about road trips. Always wanted to learn how to play the harp. Playing the harp would be kind of cool. I'm more of a saxophone person though, but I don't know if we have saxes here. But, you know, a road trip in this world could be fun. I'd go on a road trip. Really? Where to? Anywhere really. See the world, the forest, the seas. Stop by each of the 5 interplanar portals and see what all the hype is about. Should you go through? Not sure. I was thinking more about having a picnic and conversation nearby, maybe a nap. Could rate them by which fruits grow around them. You're making me curious. Will you send me your studies? You'll be the first to know. What would you do with immortality? I would learn everything there is to learn. Every language, instrument, skill, and facet of mortal existence. Can we talk about the thing that always needs to be talked about with immortality? Which is, if I decide I'm done, can I, can I end it? Or am I, like, immortal? Like, is it, I just can't die of natural causes immortal? Or what have you? Because you're actually living forever. I don't know about that. I would travel the plains with my brother and learn even more. Have an infinite amount of tea parties. I'd come to those. When we were little, Hex would always make all the stuffed animals dance around our little tea table. We didn't have money for music boxes, so we just made up songs for them to dance to. He sang to me. If I had the time, I would love to write down all these songs and invent dances for them. Should make time for that. It's your time, after all. Always a complicated one if she's a girl after my own heart. I just learn everything. Yeah, I mean, and even then, at some point, you would just, you would get bored of that. Like, forever is a long time. I feel like the other big part for me is I would get incredibly lonely because I wouldn't want to get attached to anybody because I'm going to outlive them. Basically, that whole issue. Hey, Blue. Who's the cute lizard in the back? That's our pet. They'll occasionally burp up bubbles and stuff and make like little groaning noises when they snore. They're very cute. I love them. See, you just yawned. Look at my little baby. They're so cute. I would probably start being obnoxious and trying to force evolution. And besides, while you don't have forever, you do have quite a lot. An elven lifespan is nothing to scoff at, even if you only get half. Not if you get the human side of the lifespan. Oh, that's less time. It is, but I'll make the most of it. What do you do next then? Not sure yet. I was thinking about going to Ashfedel. Ashfedel? Capital of the Magocracy? I heard the libraries there are 60 stories tall and rivers float through the sky and an exuberant display of mana. Sounds like paradise for someone like you. Now you're blowing bubbles! Look at my baby. Yes, but Hex really wants to stay here. He likes Phesia, Zenith, the Ashen Grove. I think he likes how quiet it is, if you would believe it. I don't think he likes the bustle of it all. Just go without him. There's a Magicration embassy in Zoford. Their teleportation is expensive but reliable. I don't think he wants to get back to Zoford either, and I won't make him. Teleport himself then. He really shouldn't. It's quite a long distance and he's always been awful at teleportation. He could take a ship. Appreciate the effort, but I don't think a ship would help make the distance acceptable. He's always going to follow me no matter where I go. I think he doesn't want to miss out on any adventures or celebrations or funerals. You can just tell me you want to go alone. Then he'd be alone too. Just talk to him, Grace. I don't want to spend our time together fighting. I just don't want him to spend it mourning me either. You should tell him that. He'll have enough time to mourn you when you're gone. Unlike life, that never ends. That is rough. This is really rough. I suppose you're right. I'd like to leave something he can remember me by. Maybe I'll build my own wizard tower. Please do, I love those. So do I. Wizard's towers are great. Alright, Grace? She's a half-elf, but she inherited the human lifespan while Hex inherited the elven one. Grace is always reminded of her mortality and it scares her. She doesn't want to take breaks because she feels like that would waste her precious time. She also doesn't like how Hex tries to shelter her. So she got the human half of the lifespan? You're 42? I'm guessing the half-elf part still makes you look young even at 42, but... God. Did you hear about the one on Moralia near Dalwell? One with the infamous magicration. God, I'm having a really hard time with that word. Magicration? I'm thinking of like magocracy. Magocration, I'm guessing. Fugitive? The very same. Seems that wizard has disappeared without a trace, leaving her tower vacant. Always wanted to stop by for tea, but I don't want to be rude and intrusive, so I haven't. Wonder what he left behind. I'm sure it's a collection of fascinations and impossibilities. Yeah, no, I also don't like to reach out to people, even if they're my friends and have made it obvious that they would be cool with hanging out, because I feel like I'm being intrusive and annoying them. New rumor! Can you just teleport in to check? Can't exactly teleport in and out of well-protected places all willy-nilly. You might end up trapped or on a whole other plane. Might. Maybe that's what happened to the wizard? Maybe. No one seems to know what happened to him or who he even was, and no one seems interested in finding out either. Isn't that sad? A little. I don't want to disappear like that. You won't. I'll tell your story for as long as I'm around. How long as that? For as long as this world will bear me. You're very easy to bear. Thank you, Grace. Would you like to stay a little while? Please. Find your inn truly inspiring. I'll be here if you need a rubber duck. Counting on it. Fable! You're back! Hiya, innkeeper. Hiya, you two. A drink, please. Or two, actually. Sure thing. Actually, what name are we on right now? Well... Aura is still fine. Come on, that was a whole week ago. I was busy. Wanna come up with a new one now, then? Can I come up with one? Just hitting them with the sure. How about... Kumo? I feel like you look like a Kumo. Fits. He is just as stealthy as a spider, he is just as soft as a cloud. Stealthy as a spider. And just as cute. Aww. Fable is too wholesome. I'll take your word for it. Our drinks. Can we get them now? Of course. What would you like? Something sweet. Bubbly, maybe. We can find something like that. You know. Sure. I'll see if I can find the words you're looking for. Here we go. Spiders are adorable. They're little friends. We stand a good spider. Okay, you want the sparkling, or spoken heart, rather? 1, 2, 3? So I did look up a little bit just to kind of get an idea of how long this game is. I've played the game for about 9 hours right now, and it seems like it's saying that the game is about 15 hours, give or take. I know there's 4 acts at least. So, well, we're still going to be here for a bit, but I'm having a good time with this, even if it is a lot of reading. Which can, at different times, be good or bad for me. Liquid charisma for those in need. Maybe you should try it then. Do you want to send it back? No, it's good. Glad to hear that. Fable, what can I get you? I wonder. Maybe something will make me feel like a cloud? Like I'm so light on my feet I'm practically floating. Yeah, I wonder what that could be. Who knew? Fable wants a swift strike? What? Shocking. Boom. But everybody has their things they're like, and you know, sometimes you don't need to switch it up. Sometimes you just want what you want. Usual for the usual favorite. Thank you. It's delicious as usual. That's what I like to hear. I like the new hair, by the way. Yeah, I do. I do like the braid. Fable's so cute. Like the new hair. Oh, you do? Thank you. Looks really nice, right? Kuma braided it for me. He helped me calm down after we encountered the Morgan. But I should probably start at the beginning, right? Appreciate that. Alright, so... what happened at the beginning? Ship to Boreas. Right. I was a bit worried about the journey we were embarking on. After all, the seas around Boreas are famously hard to traverse. What with all the wild magic around it and all. But just before we left Zenith, we ran into Una in the midst of an arm wrestling match against Iniko. We took the opportunity to ask her for advice. Well, maybe she had traveled there before. I hear you snoring. Could have also asked me. She was closer. Right, did she have any good advice? She did. With her help, we were able to avoid all the dangerous maelstroms, sea stacks, and iceberg elementals. One sec. Gotta take care of a thing really quickly. Good now, though. It must have made for a very relaxing journey. It did. It was very inspiring, too. We were able to see the dancing, colorful auroras in the night sky as we drew closer. They were starless, but still breathtakingly gorgeous. I even started on a new song. It wasn't ready to be shared yet, though. I just wanted a sneak peek. Well, you should have snuck better. New song? Can I hear it? It's not done yet. Thanks to Una, we made it to Boreas a lot faster than we had planned. We also docked far away from the typical explorer's route. It was completely abandoned by everything but nature, as if no one but us had been there before. Kind of exciting. Very adventurous for sure. As we headed inland, we were quickly swallowed by the fog that engulfed the entire island. Moved in strange patterns, creating unidentifiable forms within the mist that hungered for life. Thickets rustled as we walked by, whether moved by wind or by creatures we couldn't tell. Trees were shaped strangely, with shimmering portals forming in their empty husks. Our own quiet breaths were often interrupted by shrill shrieking sounds that seemed to come right from above us. It was almost idyllic. Or scary. It's most certainly scary. I wouldn't have minded strolling around until we ran into something roaming the island, but it was a little cold, so... I found a local to ask for directions. While wandering around, we came across a clearing surrounded by tall trees. Or rather, one tree. All of them are connected, intertwined with one another. Through one of their twisted connections, a waterfall with no discernible origin was flowing into a small pond. And in its midst, rested... a nymph! A real nymph! Oh, Fable, did you bone them? Bathing? She was weaving flower crowns for the fish. She was beautiful, with long black hair and skin that glistened in the sunlight being reflected off the waterfall. Her eyes were like sparkling gemstones, and her smile was full of kindness. She was alright, but also the only person around. So Fable asked her for directions? No. Fable asked her about everything but directions. I asked her for directions. She was very helpful. She even gave us a gift. A gift? That's sweet. She gave us earplugs against the Banshee's song, so our bones wouldn't shatter. Very helpful. Did you offer to write her a jingle in return? I did. She said if we were to survive the encounter with the Banshee, I could come back and she'd think of what she'd need a jingle for. She was thinking about setting up a dragonfly exhibition, so maybe for that. A dragonfly exhibition? That sounds awesome. Who would she even advertise to? Frogs? I think Araxby prefers isopods, not dragonflies. And toads! The Banshee was our first priority, so we stealthily made our way to the Lonesome Lagoon with earplugs in our ears. We mostly walked and talked about our favorite dragonflies. As we finally approached the Lonesome Lagoon, the thick mist enveloped us. It suddenly became so cold we could see our own ragged breaths. And then we heard it, a song filled with all the sorrow of the world compressed into a single note. It sounded really nice. There was so much emotion in that song. Sadness, longing, yearning, anger. We wanted to be polite and wait until she was done singing, but she just kept going, like tears that wouldn't stop. So I decided to be a little rude, stepped forward, and said hello. They said, "Hello, Banshee. I really like your song." I confused the Banshee so much that she stopped. She smiled, bearing a row of deadly sharp teeth. She was very nice, actually. She asked if we wanted to steal from her lagoon. When we said no, she invited us to sing along. Did you? Of course! It was kind of fun. It was, and I thought, what better time to bring up the Mirror Morgan but now? So I led with, "I bet you do this with your girlfriend all the time, right?" She suddenly looked at me with hatred and anger and then just started screaming. I was very thankful for the earplugs at that moment. I think without them my bones would have melted. It was our cue to leave, so I pulled Fable back into the thicket of the Borean forest. Obviously, we couldn't just leave it at that failure, so we looked around for a peace offering. We found some spiky pink fruits with a pattern of little ghost tortoises on them. We thought she might like them. Interesting? She liked them enough to stop screaming at us, and we sat down beside a lagoon to talk. It's beautiful, by the way, right in the middle of the giant portal to the Twilight Chasm. Colors the water this deep, dark blue with swirling clouds of darkness within. There were bones floating in the lagoon, too. I almost brought one for your tavern. Why didn't you? I thought you wouldn't like it. I love bones. I'll keep that in mind for the future. Banshee actually fished out some bones to fidget with. It stopped her from screaming every time she brought up the Mirror Morgan. Or Marmar, as she calls her. Turns out the Mirror Morgan had been ignoring all of her calls, ever since the Banshee was crowned Gaia's scariest monster by Screech Magazine. Isn't that the magazine from Monster Prom? I think that's the magazine from Monster Prom. Alright, Monster Prom and this take place in the same world. Because I know I've seen that before. She told us it carved a hole in their relationship, that it caused a lot of jealousy. And she was disappointed the Mirror Morgan cared more about some stupid popularity contest than her. We asked her if she wanted to talk about it with the Mirror Morgan herself. She said that she didn't need to apologize for being scary. She was very thankful she got to talk about it, though. She was holding it all in because she didn't want to burden Baya with all the drama. She even offered for us to spend the night at her nearby cave, which was really nice. She ended up taking a nap. Thought about it, but it was filled to the brim with the riches of the dead, which was far too alluring to allow us to fall to the call of sleep. Found loot? Got my attention? What'd you find? Gold. Bones, skulls, jewels of all sizes. And a loot! It was broken, but I picked it up anyway. There was also a delicate silver mirror that had hearts carved all over it. Kuma recognized it as magical from its arcane markings. Lena showed me them in some book the other day. When the wizard in Zofrid showed up around his library, it was a mirror of far speech. It lets you speak to anyone on this plane, given that you've seen them before. So you called Melly? No, we called the Mirror Morgan. Oh, that makes more sense. How'd it go? Well, I had to be the one to make the call since Kumo had never met her. When her face appeared, all I could do was stare in horror as she gazed back at me. I felt like I was back in the Ashen Grove leading adventurers to their doom, and I just froze. So I took the mirror out of their hands. Her first words were threats of what she would do to us if we had dared to harm the Banshee. Of course we hadn't. That briefly calmed her down. Till I asked her why she wasn't here, if she was so worried about the Banshee's well-being. Avoiding the question, she instead talked to us about the state of the lagoon. She complained that it must be incredibly loud with all the tourists and whatnot. I assured her there were no tourists, at least none that were alive. Need a sip of water already. Phew. Alright. So, she asked what I was doing in the lair then. Honestly, I replied that the Banshee had offered us a place to stay in her cave. I quickly realized that I picked the wrong thing to say. Her eyes started bleeding black ichor, and she began cursing us out in tongues. The mirror cracked under her gaze and started bleeding black water. Yeah, they thought you two were having a threesome. It was terrifying. And then we were just supposed to sleep there as if she couldn't crawl out of the mirror any second. When that happened, I thought that we shouldn't discuss our further plans in that cave. So I pulled Fable outside and we went for a walk. The nymph had mentioned the enchanted flower field where she collects flowers for the fish, so we went there. Thought it might be a good spot. It was a good spot. Even though I couldn't stop shaking for a while, though the flowers really helped. As did not being alone. Was that when Kumo braided your hair? It was, yes. My hair kept falling in my face and it was overwhelming me. So he sat me down and braided it away while I worked on rebuilding the loot. He said that some distraction would help. Talking also really helped. Even when I asked a lot of stupid questions. They weren't stupid, just curious. Do you have a favorite one? I asked where I learned to braid hair. That actually brought us further on our quest. How so? Well, I learned it from my mother. It's the only thing I feel I have left of her. It was her way of apologizing. She was never very good with words. Made me think sometimes people aren't very direct with what they mean. Yeah? I have heard of that, yes. Like the Mara Morgan. She didn't seem angry about the Banshee outdoing her in the fear pageant. She didn't even mention it once. She only got upset when she thought we had hurt the Banshee. Or when she thought we were tourists. Or when we said we were staying in that cave. Like she was jealous of something entirely different from some issue of Screech Magazine. We talked it through and decided we had to get two of them to talk face to face. Obviously it would be difficult because of the distance, but please mention the Apple reward to your viewers where if they sub to you they can get 3 months of Apple TV for free. I saw that was a thing. I don't even know what's on Apple TV. I don't even know what's on there. I think I got an email about it though, mentioning that it was a thing. I had taken the mirror with me when we left, thought it might be useful. Ever the thief? Indeed, I used it to call Baya. I asked her to tell the Mara Morgan to come to Boreas. Fable mentioned she can teleport via plants, however that works. She can. She tried it out, it's nauseating. I think we'll pass. Who would even sub or gift a sub for 3 months of Apple TV Plus? Who would do such a thing? Thank you, Leafy. Appreciate it. Enjoy the sub, Blue. Well, I went to talk to the Banshee. Kumo picked up the Mara Morgan. She and I really connected on eyeliner techniques. When we arrived at the lagoon, they were immediately ready to claw at each other's throats. He also gifted subs to himself. He's hooked on deals. There we go. And not in a fun way. But somehow we managed to convince them to sit down. I tried to get them to talk about their feelings, but they just kept talking past over and over and away from each other. Arguing about an issue that didn't exist. So I had this crazy idea. I took out my new lute and asked them if they wanted to write a song together. They declined and insisted their voices would clash, but I thought at the very least it'd stop them from arguing. Kumo helped me convince them by summoning tiny rain clouds pitter-pattering in a gentle melodic rhythm, to inspire them to give it a try. We asked them to put all their emotions about the whole situation into a song. In the end, they harmonized together perfectly. Like their voices were made for each other in the gentle hum of my lute. It was beautiful. And a little bone-shattering, but very romantic. Most importantly, the song finally got them to understand each other. Like Kumo had suspected, the Mara Morgan was scared, not jealous, now that the Banshee was so popular. She feared the Banshee would become really busy with tourists visiting. She assumed she wouldn't have time for her anymore. But the Banshee assured her she doesn't care about any of the tourists. Only about the Mara Morgan and Baya, of course. We told them to talk to her too, and mentioned how much she had been missing them. They agreed to meet for a tea party in the Ashen Grove, so Baya doesn't have to travel far. You invite them to your barbecue? No. After the outpouring of emotions, they wanted some time for themselves. I did not get anything there because that shit's expensive. The chocolate strawberry is worth it. It's like nothing I've ever experienced, and I'm a dessert geek. I do love my desserts. I'm not crazy about strawberries, though. I like strawberry flavored things. The quest was done. It had only taken us 2 days, which was really efficient. Fortunately, we had told the ship to pick us up in 3 days, so we were trapped on the island. So you swam back? What? No. What's wrong with you? Usual. Me, when someone says what's wrong with you. Started brainstorming about what we could do while we waited. So I asked about that cheesecake recipe, but then I realized there wasn't anywhere to bake it. They don't have any taverns on Boreas. It was a stupid idea. It wasn't. Somewhere on the island had to be something to bake a cheesecake in. Did you find that something? We did, but it turned into its own small quest. First we had to pick the right place for our little adventure. We met these lovely gnomes living in their little mushroom houses, and they offered to let us use their ovens. But they were too small, so they introduced us to the local toad hill giant. Its kitchen was enormous, but it was easier to work in than one that was too small. Then the gnomes, the nymph, and the giant helped us gather ingredients from all across the land, so we were able to make enough cheesecake for everybody. I burned mine a bit. But when we made the second batch for the ship's crew, they were already starting to turn out better. Kumo is a really good teacher. And you're a really good student. Thank you. The cake really lifted the crew's spirits on the journey back. We agreed to teach them the recipe once we hit land. Afterwards, they invited us to the captain's birthday party. They even introduced us to a traveling obelisk who sang us a song of the ancients. It showed us a shortcut through the Ryoliths mountain range where we met some flaming songbirds. And now you're here. It's not chocolate covered, it's chocolate infused. They freeze dry the strawberry, pressurize it, and then chocolate goes into all the places that water used to be. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. And now we're here. Well, I'm glad you came back. Of course we did. I promised a good story, and you delivered tenfold. Where are you two going next? Should probably talk to Melina. She was pretty mad when I left. Guess I should apologize while I can. Good idea. You want me to come with you? No, I think I need to do this alone, or rather with her. And I have to check in on Rufus too. Maybe Hex taught her some fun magic tricks in the meantime. You left her with Hex. And with Grace, who was right here. Don't worry, nothing was set on fire. I should go. Before I go, do you maybe want to do something together later today or tomorrow, like a thing? Oh, oh, Kumo's into Fable. That's adorable. I saw that I could kind of like set them up a little bit there. Oh, this is adorable. Oh, this is adorable. Also, Kumo trying to like ask them out on a date, but not wanting to say, hey, do you want to go out on a date? Oh, like hanging out together? We could play charades with the werewolves. Yeah, is that what you were thinking? I can destroy it. I can destroy it. I mean, I don't think I can actually romance people. So, I think if I have the opportunity to play matchmaker, I should play matchmaker, but I really like Fable. I really like Fable. I'll be nice. I'll be nice. I think he meant hanging out as in a date. They are cute together. They are cute together. The edgy one and the bubbly one. Did you? Maybe I did. Oh. Okay. That sounds really fun. Oh. Cool. I'll pick you up or I'll see you around or whatever. I'll see you. Looking forward to it. I was thinking Kumo was about to get rejected. Like I did. Me too. Hurts to see someone else living your dream. I hope you have fun on your date, Fable. He asked me on a date. He did. That's what do I do now? Do you think Archie has books on dating, or should I ask the Hydra for advice? It probably knows about dating, right? Archie is still on his quest. Also, I'm right here. You're right. What should I do? No one said you actually have to go. No, you already said you were gonna go. No, don't ghost him. Just go. See where it takes you. Or where he takes you. Hopefully somewhere nice. I do feel safe with him, so maybe I should try trusting this more? Mostly, I think you should just be honest with him. He seems to like you for who you are, so there's no need to hide. That's the scary thing. Why does he feel that way? I know, right? I know, right? I'm silly today. I'm silly every day. If you answered that wrong, I would have had to fight you. I'm not going to intentionally mess up their potential relationship just because I also think Fable is cute. You know, I got... We'll just be lonely. We'll just be lonely blacksmith. Nobody else would want anything to do with me anyway. You know? Maybe Voy. Maybe Voy. But that's it. That's it. I don't think Carolyn would be into me. Because you are very lovely? Yeah. 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 Why would that? I know it's hard to think that you're cool and likable and stuff or whatever. But yeah, you are. You're cool. People keep saying that, but sometimes I just feel a lot lovelier hiding, you know? To me it sounds like it's perhaps a bit too late for that. Sorry for listening in. You two were just very sweet. It's okay. I also thought it was very sweet. He was very sweet. Now that he's gone, I have time to think again. A blacksmith now? Did I say blacksmith? It might be because I was looking at Rhea's thing while saying that I was trying to say that I was a bartender. And I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be that type of... and I'm not sure if it was supposed to be that type of sweet anymore. Maybe he was just being nice? It's... I feel you, friend. Believe me. He asked you on a date because he was just being nice? Well, maybe he felt bad for me or something. Innkeeper dear, I think Fable might be in need of another drink. Maybe something to untangle their thoughts, something for a quick escape from all this overthinking. That sounds good. See what I can do. Alright. Let's give you another Swift Strike. I thought we were gonna give you an int drink or charisma or something. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, we know what's in here. No. Fable never gets a different drink. Always same drink. Not allowed. Wait, that was wrong. That was wrong. Here you go, Ondu. Alright. Defense and int. That's what we need. Scenario might be hell for Quasi, born to constantly want to poly with everyone, only to be locked in and be a barkeep that can't escape them. I don't want to be poly with everyone, just... Fable. Carolyn. Fable and Carolyn. Just these two. There's a few other ones on here, you know, for like, you know... They're cool and all. But, Fable and Carolyn, that's it. That's not everyone. Okay, ding. Jade's alright, but... These are not my... Jade is not my long-term relationship one. If I'm talking long-term relationship, these two. These two right here. Jade is... cool, but... less into it than these two. So no, I did not forget about Jade. I just don't choose Jade. Does this help? Very much so. Thank you. I feel like I can uncurl the yarn ball that is my brain. God. Can I get one of those? You know, I need a Swift Strike too, actually. What do you think I should do? What do you want to do? I want to go on our date, and I want to get to know him better. Maybe even get him to know me better too. You think he would like that? I think so, yes. Seems like you don't need our answers, you have yours already. Sometimes I just feel like I need permission to listen to my heart. Did you know you can give that permission to yourself? I forget that every time, but I know you're right. I think I know what to do now, somewhat. But I'll figure out the rest soon. Thank you for listening to me. I think sometimes that's all I really need when I'm scared. Fable. With their budding faith in themselves, they are beginning to enjoy new things instead of being terrified of them. They're learning how to play an instrument, performing songs, and actually letting people get close. This process will still take some time, but they've come a long way. Aww. I'm happy for you. There's nothing wrong with being scared, as long as you don't run from the things that make you happy. You're right, it took me a while to realize that. Running is so easy, you know? You always know where to go, away. But staying, you have to actually look at yourself, figure out what your part is in everything. That can be a lot. But when I was on the journey back from Boreas, dancing with Kumo to the music of the Navigator's fiddle, thinking about how I would have never gotten to that point if I hadn't put myself out there, I realized that life is so much more than a constant game of hide and seek from the things that truly mean something. And I decided to stop running from life, even if I'm scared. I want to do my best to face my problems. You know it's terrifying. I know that I'm not alone. Is it still about Kumo? No, he was never a problem. He's one of the reasons I'm not alone. Just like you. With good friends by my side, I can do anything. The pain! It's like that it should have been me, Yu-Gi-Oh meme. And I can't wait to see what you will do. Might not be as impressive as you hope, but it'll be me, and I'm excited about that. Me too. Really proud of you, Fable. Thank you for everything, especially the great advice. That was really great advice. Maybe you should take some of it too, Grace. Maybe you should. Ow! God damn! Take it easy on me! Holy shit. Don't hit me with the maybe you should take your own advice. Ow! Ellipses! We all conquer life at our own pace. My personal next Goliath is going to be reapplying my lip gloss. And maybe some blush. I do feel a little pale. Can I borrow a mirror for a bit, innkeeper? Of course. There's some free rooms and mirrors upstairs, right next to the acorn chimes. Just ignore the doors with the do not enter signs. Shouldn't have said that, now I want to check. Please don't? I won't, I'm polite. Yeah, please don't go in the one. There's like, Leafy has like a rabid shrine in there. Yeah, don't go in that one. I'm explicitly weak to what? Not taking my own advice? Or people making pointed comments? Or am I? Okay, bye, Grace. Weak to the rabbit shrine. Let's hope she won't find all the nightmare creatures you have locked up in there. Let's... Have you ever visited the Twilight Chasm? Not for long enough to capture any creatures. I see. What are you thinking about, Innkeeper? Oh, you know, Innkeeper things. I don't know, I mean, since I'm not an Innkeeper and all. Right. What song you mentioned, the one you started writing on the ship. I know it's not done yet, but how about a little sneak peek? We'll see if it would make for a good jingle. I don't think it's jingle material, but I don't mind sharing it with you. Just keep in mind that it's a work in progress. Of course. Oh god. There's a calling on the wind beneath the talk of the keep. I've heard the tales, set the sails, now it's time for me to leave. Sounds like a fragment of a great adventure. So you like it? It's wonderful. Like you. Can't wait to hear more. Me too. But it's still a little rough around the edges. I feel like it's missing something. Maybe the next adventure? Maybe. Will you let me know when it's done? Of course. I can't wait to show you the finished version. Wait, why am I bonking blue? That seems mean of me. This sucks, Quasi? It's like an anime? What are you talking about? Thank you, Fable. Proud of you. Maybe finally finishing a song? For not running. Oh, thank you. Me too. Innkeeper, do you ever think about taking your own advice? Why does everybody keep saying that? Getting friend zoned like this? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm happy, Fable's happy. Alright? What was the manga artist thinking with this route? I'm happy, Fable's happy, okay? That's all it needs to be. All the time, yes. Why don't you? I don't know. It's hard, I know, but I promise I believe in you as much as you believe in me. And I know we'll both be okay. I would like that. Me too. Well, I've talked a lot today. I'll give you some space. It's always the bad guys. You're gonna have to turn into a villain. No, no, no. We're not. No. No. We're not. We're going to be happy that everyone's happy. I'm not... I'm not going the bitter, jealous villain route. Absolutely not. I'm just happy everyone's having a good time in my bar. Maybe it's time to stop running. Should I... Is it time to read that letter? Yeah, I mean, we don't have anything else going on, bartender. Let's be fucking honest. Oh, that was easy. Guess I've been wanting to for a while. Let's hope for no regrets. My dearest friend, long has it been since we've talked last. Long has it been since everything has been seared away by the cold flames of death. I wish I could still remember our last conversation, but it's waning memory. I can only imagine how you enjoyed running away, wishing to forget whatever was between us. Maybe you did for a brief moment, for these 30 years. If you did, I'm writing this letter to kindly remind you of the good old times. To celebrate our reunion, I invite you to the spectacle of the century, the last day of the astral moon, welcoming the first light of the dying moon, where the realm of Tavern is just a grasp away. Or is that Tuat? Might be Tuat. Are there any spirits you'd like to remember? Are you afraid of what they might tell you? Worry not, I'll be right there. Watch the sky closely on the 35th of Cassiopeia. See you soon, old friend. Uh-oh. Soon this barkeep's gonna take instead of give? Absolutely not. That was... I guess you've always been a fan of symbolism. But you didn't even leave an address. Very irresponsible. Hey, are you good? Fuck. Pardon? No time, duck now. What? What's going on? Are you okay? Do you need healing? Something's coming, something's big. Your next show? What? No. There's no time, duck. Is the ground... What is happening? Did we just get flooded? Is everyone alright? I think. Phew, that was a close call. Could have been really dangerous. What just happened? Why is there water outside the tavern? I'd also like to know the answer to that question. I've got no clue. I was just outside by the woods drafting my newest song when the ground beneath my feet began to rumble. Not even a minute passed and it rumbled again, then a wall of water came rushing toward me. I didn't even dare to wait. I ran immediately looking for shelter. No way I was gonna let my hagwum get wet. These strings are made of real Chabin silk, and the body's ethereal bamboo. It's a rarity. Is the first thing going through your mind with a giant wave rushing at you? Of course, this instrument is just as valuable as my hands. And just as versatile. You're horny! You're horny! Alright? You should go to Monster Prom! Is everyone alright? Grace, Dragons, you're alright. I was worried something had happened to you. Oh, don't worry. When the wall started rumbling, I hid under a table, and then I watched the water rush by the window. It was like a tsunami, but tsunamis are very rare, if not impossible, so far into the mainland. Right, it's so strange. Everything seems to be submerged out there. They're both terrified, and Void's just horny. Wonder what could cause such a cataclysm. It's worrying, to say the least. It's definitely too dangerous to go outside. Even the tavern is leaking. Don't worry, it'll withstand. Are you sure? Sure, I've gotten through worse than this. Oh no, when Carolyn comes into the bar... When Carolyn comes into the bar, she's gonna do the dog shake off thing. And she's gonna smell like wet dog. You? I mean, it's gotten through worse than this. Oh. Huh. This is going to go some places with my innkeeper finally delving into their past. I can't deal with Fable staring into my soul. This Fable thing, with the shadow over the eyes and stuff, and just the blinking. Wouldn't have thought it could withstand this kind of thing, but even more so glad it can. Seems to be a simple yet sturdy tavern after all. Just like you, innkeeper. Okay, okay. We get it. You wanna fuck me, alright? I'm going through some things. Are you flirting with the innkeeper? Me? No! Also, that's beside the point. I mean, I can just be like, alright, well, I've struck out everywhere else. Let's just fuck the horny one. Am I locking myself into a path though? That's what I want to know. Is this fun, or am I potentially throwing my chances away at other places by doing this? These are the questions. The look is very glam, even though they mixed pearls with gold. What happens if I flirt? Let's you know, caution to the wind. Is it? I mean, unless I like to work my body. It helps in a lot of aspects. Oh, we made the horny one nervous. Look at that tail go. Can we get back to the point, please? Sorry, Fable. Sorry. Don't mind me. All right. You were flirting earlier. Let me flirt. Yeah, sure. The point. Right, back to the point. Did you see exactly what happened? I do kind of like voice character thing of being like massively horny and flirty, but as soon as somebody flirts back, he just turns into a puddle. Did you see exactly what happened? Not really. I was listening to the whistle of the wind in the treetops, jotting down notes for my next song, when suddenly a horde of silver-crested deer rushed past me. Before they could trample over me, I jumped on the rock I was sitting on and watched them gallop downhill. Then I saw water break through the canopy, snapping trees in half like they were shashlik skewers. Wasted no second, I turned on my heel, knowing I'd be done for if I waited just a moment longer. And I was here, and I told you to duck. Sounds horrible. Are you alright? Are you hurt? I'm fine, thanks. Anyways, with whom do I have the pleasure? Oh, come on, you... Just with me! I mean, it's fine, it's fine. We have room for more. It's okay, Grace. If you want in, come on. I'm Grace. Nice to meet you, Grace. I'm... Oh my, you're Voyage, aren't you? The silver-tongued virtuoso? Oh, yes, that would be me. My apologies, I didn't mean to push any boundaries. But I saw you perform at Dropstone Institute's campus that one time. I must say, you pulled on all of my heartstrings with your beautiful performance. Oh. I did that. Yes, I was awestruck by what your music could do. It was like magic in its very own way. I swear to God, if I now ship you two together, if I play matchmaker for you two, now... Also, Fable's still judging me! Stop looking at me like that! Music can be very soothing in moments of distress. Were you distressed back then? A little. I don't remember exactly why anymore, but I remember the emotion. I'm not more distressed than I am right now. I hope Hex is safe and well. Sure he is! Shoot, did you see that creature swim by? What? Where? It looked like a red-winged eel. No, I haven't seen one of those in ages. Where's its natural habitat? Actually, the Twilight Chasm, why is it here? Something isn't right. I'm afraid you might be correct. I'm also afraid, very much so, I don't think it's safe to go outside. Of course not, you should all stay for the night. Would that be possible? Of course, the tavern will withstand this and a bit of company wouldn't hurt. I agree. Thank you, innkeeper. Say, you with the lute, what's your name? Fable? My name is Fable. Do you play the lute, I mean? Sometimes. I'm still practicing and not at all good with it yet. Well, we play together, a song or two to lift our spirits and wait out the catastrophe going on outside. It's very untuned. It goes out of tune really quickly, but I guess that's a lute thing. I gotcha. Show it to me, I'll help you. And then we'll jam until the new dawn rises. New music, new stuff for Voy. Even though he's charismatic, he's surprisingly bad with people, as well as reading between the lines. Despite being self-conscious about his skills, he still chooses to play songs together with Fable after the flood to lift everyone's spirits. He's also got a Hagum made out of ethereal bamboo and Shabian silk. Need more water. Sleep with the fishes. I did that. Blub blub. Oh yeah. We're underwater. Act 3, the Twilight Flood. We made it to Act 3! Start day. What's wet dog? Like that, like wet dog smell, you know? Hey Hex, how'd you get in? Grace? Is Grace here? Mythical morning to you too, Hex. This is funny, innkeeper. Tell me, is she here? Please tell me she's here. She is. I'll let her know you are too. Thank you. By the dragons, I was worried sick, so sick. She'll be happy to know you're safe and sound too. I thought it was enormous, and if she hadn't gotten caught up in it... Oh, no, no, no. I don't even want to begin to imagine. Then don't. How about a drink to calm your nerves? Yeah, drink sounds great. Something that will untangle my thoughts and help me focus. Let's see what I can do. At least the will is full of water. Leafy, I caught the joke. Oh yeah, well, will, Wait, I'm confused. But did it respond because it was terrible? Oh, I get the joke now with what's wet dog. Oh, I get it. I see. Okay, I understand the joke. I understand the joke. You did want this, right? Wait, I don't get it. What's wet dog? Ask Dad of War. Maybe this will help clear your minds. Does. At least a little bit. Thank you, innkeeper. Hey, Grace. Hex, good to see you safe and well. You too. Where have you been? Are you alright? Did you get hurt? Fine. The innkeeper and yesterday's superstars took good care of me. Just as you took good care of us. The least we could have done was be there for each other. How have you been, brother dear? Did you get hurt? No, but I was worried about you. The whole night locked in that damn house. All I could think about how the flood might have... Why didn't you tell me you were going to the tavern? I looked everywhere for you. I'm sorry. I didn't know I needed your permission to go outside. That's not what I'm trying to say. What are you trying to say? That you could have gotten hurt, and I wouldn't have known. I expect a tsunami to hit Gaia every day. That wasn't in the foreseeable future, Hexy. Uncontrollable things happen, and when they do, we do our best to overcome them. Also, I can protect myself quite well. Still, how was I supposed to know that you were safe? I'm an adult, you know. You could try trusting in my capabilities. Furthermore, PSAOR was very useful last semester. PSAOR? Protective sigils and other remedies. Huh. Also, the tavern itself is well protected by my own brand of sigils. That's at least something. Yes, I'm very thankful the innkeeper and his tavern kept me safe. Didn't mean to worry you. I didn't plan on being alone for so long, or gone for so long, and then the flood happened. Okay, sure. Have you been holding up? Is the house alright? Apart from some minor damage and some leakage in the roof, I suppose it's fine. I wasn't even aware of the approaching flood until the house's foundation started trembling. I was busy in my workshop harvesting the essence of Dimension 567 for my research. Hope you didn't rip a hole in the fiber of magic again. I didn't, and even if I did, you could have stopped me. You weren't there after all. Right. But I can scold you now. You won't want to when you find out I actually managed to harvest something. You did? That's amazing. What a huge breakthrough. That would mean I created a teeny tiny rift to the astral realm and got my hands on some stardust. Well, sorta. How? I got an astral shard when the stars fell. Huh. I see. Still the issue of never knowing exactly what might come through when you open these kinds of rifts. Could be anything, or anyone. Like creatures? For example? That wouldn't be good. Yeah, it wouldn't. Because when your sister disappears again, you wouldn't know if she got eaten by a creature or is just out for a stroll. Hex, cut it out. Yeah, you are being a little bit suffocating. I get where Grace is coming from. What? We get it alright. I went away, you were worried. We get it. But I'm my own person, I can do what I like. I'm getting tired of this. Well, me too. Then stop. I don't want to fight. Then don't. Sorry. It's fine. We shouldn't spend our time fighting when there are so many more interesting things going on. How about a wee bit of distraction? Oh, we could go outside and see if we can take samples of the floodwater. Exactly. Who knows, maybe it holds spectacular and rare magical properties. That sounds lit! Maybe it'll help me finish my long-term research project. Possibly. Then to access the primordial vortex you'd need... primordial seawater, I know, but who knows what we'll find. Don't forget to fill me in on your research. Theoretically, I'd tell you anything, but only theoretically. I don't expect anything else. Thank you, Innkeeper, for hosting me the night and all. See you soon. Have fun swimming! Okay, more info on Hex. He loves his sister dearly, but their relationship seems strange. He praises and adores her, and he's very worried about possibly losing her. At the same time, he's always risking his life looking for thrilling and dangerous spells with no concern for his own health. This is different music. Good morning, you two. Did you sleep well? As well as we could, with the sweet song of stormy patterns pattering against our windows. So very well, and with inspiring dreams. Glad to hear that. Your impromptu concert certainly helped me sleep. As it was so boring? No, because it calmed my nerves. All of our nerves, I think. Not that I have any. You don't have nerves? Is that a phantasm thing? No, I meant those metaphorical nerves. Oh, you get those too? No, of course not, I'm Voy. Well, yeah, sometimes. Mostly when I have to perform. Isn't that embarrassing? Not really. That'd also make me nervous. Oh. Though, I have to say, last night performing with you for Grace and the Innkeeper, it was kind of relaxing. I could just lose myself into performance without having to worry about what anyone would think of me. Not that I ever do. It was nice. We should make more music together sometime. Is everybody falling for Fable? Is that what this game is going to become? Actually, I think Fable needs a little bit more practice. Fable just got started on a new song. Maybe you can collaborate. Really? That would be awesome. Well, yes, you're right, that would be awesome. I think working on it together could be fun. Fuck yeah. Oh, sorry. Hooray. I'm looking forward to our grand collaboration. I'm just setting Fable up with everybody. I'm charming you with it, Innkeeper. Alright. I'm just brushing it off. I'm just brushing it off. Supposed to say you're looking forward to it. I don't think you're supposed to say that part out loud. I am very much looking forward to it. Somehow I still think they have their eye on you. I don't think so. I don't think so. Very much looking forward to it. That's what I thought. Aren't we gonna be cool together? Coolest. Too cool for me to describe. I already know we'll blow you away. Counting on it. Enough chit-chat, I should check up on the village. Maybe someone needs a good song to cheer them up. Sure, Baya would love one. I think Baya was probably cheered up by a good flood. Speaking of her, maybe you can hand out some of her spa coupons for me? Sure thing, her spa rocks. Sure, I'll start by enlightening Grace. Is she still here? No, she just left, together with Hex. Something about primordial water. It was the wizards. I'll try to catch up to them. See you soon. Don't finish the song without me, Fable. I'll wait for you. I fully expect at this point that Fable and, oh god, what is his name now? That Kumo are gonna be a thing. Since we, like, finished Fable's arc and it's, like, listed there. Or Fable, Kumo, and Voy, you know? Can I get one of those coupons? Sure you can. Just make sure to tell Baya I sent you. Of course. What a strange morning, or exciting morning? Both, I think. Would you like a morning drink? Please. I wonder what you want. I like how we have different music now. That is nice. No, I don't charge them for the drinks. I don't charge them for the drinks. They complete quests for me. That's the pay. Kumo deserves a little fun or stability. Yeah. Drink with 0 primordial water, maybe. No, it's free. They pay in story, and presumably Void pays in booty, the other kind of booty. So, pirate treasure? Does taste a little primordial, and very delicious. Perfect. Now, last night when I couldn't sleep, I was watching the fish swim by my windows. Their scales kept reflecting in the water, making them shift and shimmer like they almost weren't there. I was mesmerized by them. It was like a dream that kept pulling me towards the waves. It's beautiful and haunting. Do you think it looks like that every day somewhere? That beautiful? That haunting? I think any place we can imagine exists somewhere, if only in our heads. I'd like to see all of those places. I don't think they're all safe to see. Hey, Carolyn! Fable and the dragons, they're here. You alright? I am. The innkeep kept me safe. It's good to see you both are well too. And you have let us know you were breathing. We couldn't find you anywhere. Sorry, I just woke up. Were you guys worried about me? Maybe. Of course we were. Don't even know if you can swim. I can. Can you? What kind of booty is Bugs talking about? We'll never know. Yeah, the world may never know. Of course. No. Oh, we should teach you sometime. Carolyn can't swim! Sure. How'd you get in here then? Thank you for worrying about me, but I actually had a pretty nice night. Voy and I gave Grace and the innkeeper a small concert while we were all stuck inside. Oh, sad that we missed that. Oh, Kumo is all into Fable. I can track down Voy to give you guys an encore. That'd be nice. Sorry I didn't get around to picking you up. It's okay. I bet the roads were a bit busy. Yeah, it was a little tough getting out. Rufus loved it though. I think he made some new friends. Seemed like this catastrophe had some pleasant side effects. What happened anyway? Did a whale eat a moon this time? No idea what that's supposed to mean, but no. Maybe no idea how it happened. Say the primordial sea flooded the Twilight Chasm. And it all spilled out through its portals into Phaesia, leaving us with this mess. That's new. At least the other continents probably got through it without much trouble. For once they can be less jealous of our portals. I hope everyone's okay. Everyone we could check on is. Luckily for us, the water's drained enough to rescue everyone around here. Though I heard that underwater hasn't emerged yet. Happy to see you all emerged. Mostly. What does that mean? Are you still drowning in your sorrows, or are you still looking for someone? You still looking for someone? Yes. I was wondering if Melly is here. She wasn't home when I checked on her. No, she didn't stop by today, nor today, yesterday, nor today. I think the world flooding is a good excuse to miss a date pickup. Yeah. Which is kind of cute, very loosely anyway. Yeah, no, it's adorable. Did you see her before that? Did she say where she'd be going? This is some weird kerning. Afraid she hasn't been in since you returned from Zoford. Wizard Punk hasn't seen her either. Took a second to ask him when he almost broke down Kumo's door looking for Grace. Do we know if she can swim? I'm sure she can, and I'm sure she's just taking shelter somewhere. You taught her how to hide well, after all. Maybe she's just putting that to good use. When I returned yesterday, I found Rufus eating out of a strange apparatus that dispenses food and water every couple hours. Like, someone really smart set it up for him in their absence? Yes, he was gorging himself on some food, but Melly was nowhere to be found. Well, that's worrying. Did she leave a note? No. Let's not panic yet. I mean, it's terrifying, believe me, but I'm sure she's okay. Maybe ask Una. She probably put her up to something. I shall investigate that avenue right now. Fable, would you be okay with moving our time? Time? You got an appointment or something? Or like a date? Can't wait for that story. Oh, Carolyn. Carolyn. I'll tell you later. But, yes, we should move it. This isn't the kind of dancing in the rain I was hoping for. Me neither. Another time, then. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Me too. Yeah, but setting it up is the hard part. You gotta reach back out and ask them out on a date a second time. Hope she didn't try to investigate the fish. They'd eat her alive. Sounds a little more hopeful. The girl's savvy. I mean, look at that contraption she left behind. Ain't no fish got a chance against her. Being hopeful isn't really my thing. Then make it your thing. I love her. I'll let you know when I find her. Look at that little bit of hope. Such a man of few words. A man of shit words. He's just worried. Uh-huh. Speaking of worries and words, Carolyn, it's good to see you finally back. How was the escorting? Hope you didn't get too wet? It happened. How'd it happen? Well... Actually, this can wait a bit, right? No. Too bad. My life doesn't run on your schedule. Have some patience. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that even. I didn't even mean to say that. This is just where I click, and this is sometimes where the prompts show up. I gotta click over here. I'm sorry, Carolyn. I'm sorry, Carolyn. I'm not very patient. Not my problem. I'd like to check up on Uncle Dragon. Make sure that old fart's still up and running. I'm so sorry, Carolyn. I did not mean to say that. I would have allowed you however much time you needed. I don't want to be pushy. Hey, well, I'm guessing you like to check in with your family too? Yes, I would love to make sure everyone's alright. Maybe Mellie's with the Emeranthine Hydra. She really wanted to ask it for tea recommendations. What about my story? That's a -5 on your poly potential? We don't have any potential with anyone right now. Absolutely no one. Voy. We got Voy. That's it. And that's because Voy, everyone has potential with Voy. I'll hear the darn thing soon enough. Don't get too excited about it. I'll see if I can drag Rhea and Fancy Pants along as well. Think they could use a drink. Speaking of which, got one for the road? Sure thing. Something strong to get you through all that socializing? You got it. I'm sorry, Carolyn. I'm a fool and I say the dummy things. I know. It's an issue. It's a problem. Alright. Big southern brawler. Made her mad? I mean, I was being like, she was like, yeah, let's wait, I'll talk about it later, and I was like, no, tell me now. So, being mad is very valid. Here, strongest thing I could brew up for you. Thanks. Miss these drinks a little. Oh, that's sweet. Don't dwell on it. Anyway, Fable, let's go. Oh. I was like, oh, Carolyn, that's sweet of you. Don't dwell on it. Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry. I'll be right there. Sure, everybody will be okay in Keeper, so don't you worry about it. And make sure to keep a hot chocolate warm for Melly. I'm sure she'd love one of those. I'll give it my best. No, you will. Don't swim out too far. We'll see. Waters are dangerous these days. So what are you up to? Time to make sure I have enough ingredients for a hot chocolate around, I guess. Hey, Una. Good to see that you're open, Keep. Good evening to you too, Una. Huh, spare me the babbling. I'm glad to see you unharmed. I am. Thanks to some protective spells I put on the inn a while back, works better than any insurance. What about you? You unharmed? I'm as good as new. Might be missing an arm, but that doesn't mean I forgot how to swim. Doggy paddle? Yeah, no, I mean, now that she got down here, she can just exit the door and then just float to the top. Maybe. I don't know. She is very, very heavy with the giant sword and all the fur and everything, so she might sink. She'd probably sink. I'm sure people are helping Carolyn get around, much to her chagrin. Like, in my mind, Carolyn needs help every single time she enters and leaves, but she acts like really, like she doesn't need the help. She just waits there awkwardly until someone nice walks up and is like, hey, do you need some help getting inside? And then she's like, if you were going in already, I guess. You know? Like that. Like that. Doesn't want to ask for help, but will take it and then make a big deal out of it. It's easier than walking, actually. Breathing in water instead of air is unexpectedly nice. These gills aren't just for decorative purposes. A little bit like home, you know? The water tasted different than that of the Astral Sea. More primordial, I might even say. Yeah, I figured. But you don't seem to be very worried about it. Nah, whatever happens is none of my business now. I'm retired. Water also doesn't bother me. Shouldn't bother you too much either, am I right? Since you're so close to... I knew you wouldn't forget. Yeah, so I was the character that we have on our note here. It seems like the character I have an interaction with is the... am I getting this mixed up with like Wildermyth or something? But no, the dragons, yeah. So it seems like I at one point had a relationship with the dragon of the primordial sea. Because we said earlier, what are you up to now? Specifically talking about the whole flooding and sea thing. And then you said, oh, you must like the sea considering your relationship with blank. Might be old, but I'm not senile. You neither. I wouldn't call the primordial sea your home then? Inhabited a few planes already. My past doesn't define the word home for me anymore. Wow, leafy slut shaming. Also, we had a bit of a falling out. That's what the note said. So I just kind of ghosted and came here and ran a tavern for like 30 years. But you're right. Primordial water doesn't do any harm to me. Even if I wanted to drown in it, I wouldn't be able to. But honestly, I was more worried about my patrons in the inn itself. Hope everyone is safe and well. Don't worry too much about your regulars. Adventurers are tough folk, and your dreams toughen them up even further. I have faith that you're right. About your tavern? Let's just say it has definitely seen better days. That's kind of an understatement. Looks like shit. Ouch. Been working the whole day to clean up as much as I can. Jesus fucking Christ and keep. That's what I'm saying. They've clearly thought about this. My condolences. Say, you ever talk to the Wizard of Morelia? No, sadly I haven't had the pleasure. Oh, you should if you get the chance. He's always loved all kinds of spells and enchantments. More of the kind involving trickery, like puzzles and traps, but I'm sure he also knows a protective spell or two. I mean, he's been protecting his wizard tower for quite some time now. Alright. Keep that in mind if I ever get to meet him. I suppose you're not just here to talk. How about a drink? Ah, you definitely have a way with customer service. How about a drink that'll wake my old muscles up so I can help you tidy up your tavern? Can't quite remember having asked for help. Ah, what's that? My old ears suddenly can't understand what you're saying. Unfortunately, maybe a strong drink would help. Alright, coming right up. You want a brawler, right? Yeah, you want a brawler. Whoop. Southern Brawler. Here you go. Drink powerful like the Astral Sea. Wonderful. Consumed enough primordial water to last me weeks. Oh yeah, the old oops, I can't hear you. Yeah. And? It tastes exactly like home, but the hint of elemental magic revives some old memories. How to say, you definitely know your craft. Thank you. Could have maybe convinced you to just relax and let me do my work? You'd like that, wouldn't you? Forget it. Let's clean this messy tavern. You insist. Before I forget. Oh, that water swept some animal remains in my pockets. I don't really know where they came from and don't feel any kind of acid energy coming from them, so I assume they're either Gaian or primordial. Before I stab myself with them while cleaning, I wanted to check if you'd have any use for them. Stab? Yeah, they're surprisingly sharp. Oh, I'm curious. Let me see. Ha! You're so easy. Saberfang! Gives you haste. Thank you, Una. This might not be primordial, but I think I might just know how to use them. Wanna spice up some drinks? Maybe. Can't wait to try them then. And now let's spice up this old rusty tavern. Una? Since she's been around for a while, she has witnessed many things younger folks haven't. Mere harbingers of global calamity couldn't shake her, but maybe that's just the Astral Sea mentality. She's also never got involved in helping or figuring out what happened. Absolutely not, because she's retired. Duh. Well, she's helping now. Distract and run! Oh, hey, Carolyn. Welcome back to my tavern, brave adventurers. Good to see you're all unharmed and doing... well? Why is everyone sad? Are these potential consequences to some decisions that I've made? At least we didn't drown. By the way, that granny on your porch. Like she's collecting driftwood. Mind her, she's an old friend of mine with some weird habits. She wanted to help tidy up my tavern after the flood. It's kinda nice, actually. Suppose so. Couldn't convince her to let me do it alone. The flood hit you as well? You bet. Had to hold on to Rhea for a quick second there, else she would have swept away like a twig. Ah, hold your wish. What? Yeah, just past Themis when it happened. Luckily there were two carriages nearby, wedged between sturdy trees and a large boulder. We managed to pull ourselves out of the raging waters and into those carriages, so I'm guessing this is what Carolyn didn't want to talk about until these two were here. I think they're dragons. Gotta go on south real quick. And your tavern's looking a wee bit wet as well. It is. Been working non-stop to clean it up. That's not good. Working non-stop comes with being self-employed, I get. No. I mean the flood. Never heard of a flood that massive. Spread all the way from Themis to Zenith. You're right. Certainly aren't that close to the sea. Themis, maybe, but not your end. It's all still very recent. We'll just have to wait until we know the true extent. What about your mission? Did you complete it before the flood started? Uh-oh, I'm thinking Archie's friend died. Come to think of it, Archie, you've been awfully quiet today. It's very unlike the noble hero I know. Give him a break, would you? We had some pretty rough nights. Oh, did something go wrong? Drink you prepared for us with those golden feathers. I remember. I mean, it did what it was supposed to. But it wasn't enough. I don't know if another potion could have changed our fate, though. What happened? I guess I'm telling the story then. Everybody else is silent, so Carolyn's like, okay. I guess it's me. Let's begin. We actually would have been well prepared if this had been a normal escorting mission, that is. It all started like just a regular quest, and our client in his temporary abode. Looked like it was worth more money than care, and I will make it our lives. Combined. Correct. Anyways, our client's name was Theodore. Theodore Hugo Frederick Sinclair III, to be exact. Told us politely not to call him by his full name, so we agreed on Theodore. He's the son of some wealthy diplomat, hence the long name. I figured. And you had to get him to Diria because of some financial conflicts between them and the mainland. Correct. First, everything went surprisingly well. As the magical bridge got destroyed, we had to get to Diria by ship. Because of the dispute, no ships from the mainland are allowed to dock in Amasa, so we had to take the long way. From the port of Windmore and the Windy Meadows to Twin Burrow, and then to Amasa by foot. All with a young nobleman that rarely strays from home. It had some quirks and mannerisms neither of us were familiar with. Luckily Archie here was able to help us out. Tend to be a little wary around rich people. And we actually got along quite well. Same. Especially little Archie here was hanging on his every word. We didn't take the main road to avoid too much unwanted attention. Moving quickly through the Dyrian tundra, we only encountered a few obstacles, like tree trunks. Rhea and I kept the path clear while Archie entertained our client. It was quite useful after all, even though it was his first quest. He definitely knew how to tell stories and keep us entertained. Theodore loved every tale Archie told. Yeah, seems like a natural-born storyteller. He also would have surprising knowledge about plants and stuff in that orange head of yours. I'm glad I could be of help. Theo rarely went outside, so I assisted him with my knowledge of plants that sting or those with poison. It's a very helpful skill. Everything went as planned until the sun started setting. I think my ears picked it up first. They were like a bunch of low humming sounds far away, but still definitely unusual. Didn't hear anything, but I'd always trust the fluffy ears of a Vukakin over my own. I asked the two boys if those types of sounds were common around here, and they both denied it. That's when I started getting this weird feeling in my gut. Every experienced adventurer develops that sooner or later. It's like a sixth sense to keep you out of trouble. I know what you're talking about. A looming feeling deep within your stomach. I knew something was wrong, and if we didn't get out of there, our situation would only get worse. First I just told Rhea I didn't want to alarm the two boys. Client should never be afraid, that's just bad customer service. Agreed. So we quietly tried to figure out what to do. By then I could also faintly hear the deep sounds. And if I could hear them, Archie and Theodore could as well. And they also heard us talking. That's unfortunate. We agreed on positioning the two boys between us, even though Archie proclaimed he could fight as well. Simple but efficient lineup, me at the back of the line, Kara in the front because she's got the best ears. Theodore was still calm. He said something along the lines of course they try and start an assault, that's why I hired you, remember? He's not wrong. Just would have expected more, you know, the regular kind of assassin. Whatever that might be. If you'd let me continue, you'd get it. Sorry, my bad. Make things worse, it got real dark real quick. We could hear that guttural grunting all around us. He said, "Bog and crap, where are they? Where are they coming from?" But, well... First I could only see one, then two. And suddenly they were everywhere. Zombies! We were surrounded by zombies! I had to think fast. There weren't any gaps in their formation, so I knew we had to fight. Thanks to those enchanted feathers in your drink, I was able to quickly overpower two zombies by smashing their heads together. You're strong. I like strong women. Okay, are these two gonna end up together now? Rhea and Carolyn? I pushed both boys forward so they'd get moving. I knew if we wanted to get out of there in one piece, we'd need to stay together. Kara was blocking attacks left and right, slicing through rotten skin and brittle bones with a greatsword. It was a sight to behold. Sword lended me its power to fight us through. But I would have needed more time to figure out a plan. There were just so many of them. I knew we had to get back to the main road. Terrain so deep in the forest was very uneven and made running away from a horde of the undead even more difficult. How did so many of them even get there? At least it was apparent why all those animals had disappeared on the road. They got eaten by the undead. And we'd be next if we didn't get the fuck out of there. So we ran. Turns out a nobleman's clothes aren't made for running. They're made for nothing except looking obnoxious. They're not even that comfortable. I was more prepared than Theo, but even some of my seams ripped. I could hear Rhea behind us telling us to hurry up unless we wanted to die. So I wrapped my hand around Theo's velvet-coated wrist and just didn't let go. There's no way I could let anyone die on my first mission. But then, right before we got to the main road, he tripped. I suppose it was bound to happen. Rhea had somehow outrun us, and I was already stumbling onto the main road ahead. I tried to pull Theo up on his feet, but his pants must have gotten caught in some thorns. And he just couldn't get up. I tried to get him free, I really tried, but my hands were just so sweaty and shaky. I saw the zombies, I saw their rotting faces as they got closer and It's too far ahead to realize what was going on, and when I finally noticed, it was too late. I knew getting to the road was our main priority. But when I got there and the two boys were missing, I knew something must have gone wrong. I turned around, and right as I did, I saw Archie and Theodore on the ground. A bunch of zombies getting real close to them. Warded off the first two, maybe three, but... there were just so many of them. Then Theo's scream, the most horrifying scream filled with pain and agony. I've read about that sort of scream before, but I didn't think it would sound so heartbreaking. Yes. That's when Rhea and Carolyn suddenly appeared next to us again. They pushed the zombies back and helped Theo get up. Well, as much as he could do with what was left of his left leg. I know I had to come up with a plan. There were too many zombies for us to fight, and running away would have been difficult since Theodore was hurt. But a drink was driving me forward. Kinda like a drinkable Lucky Charm. I had already tricked a chimera into giving me its saliva, so I should have been able to handle a few undead and a hurt client with ease. You tricked a chimera? Sure did. You truly are full of wonders. Since fighting also wasn't a possibility this time, I thought maybe I could outsmart the dead. Theo was hurt and he wasn't looking too good. The undead seemed to be drawn to the smell of his fresh blood. Thanks to your drink, I was still quite hasty. I knew I could outrun any dead bastard. So on a whim, I turned back to the other three. Ray was trying to fight back dozens of monsters while Archie supported Theodore. Grabbed a piece of bloody cloth that had been ripped off of Theodore's leg. I don't know if they listened or if it was just the smell that drew them to me, but I yelled, "I'm here, come and get you all a fresh piece of meat." I thought she'd gone crazy, I tell you. It was a smart move. Definitely had their attention. Archie was out of it, so I told Ray to just follow the path to Massa and treat Theodore's wounds as quickly as possible. I'd then catch up with them as soon as I was done there. That's what we did. Don't argue with women that are taller and faster than me. Their quick thinking probably saved our asses. Good call, both of you. I led those brain-dead monsters in the opposite direction. Turns out I could easily outrun them. I wanted to get rid of them once and for all, or else we wouldn't have been safe for long. As soon as I spotted a cliff between the trees with nothing but the vast sea further on, I knew what to do. I knew I had to override my instincts. That was kinda dangerous. But I yelled one more time, "Come and get me if you can!" And then I threw the piece of cloth off the cliff. My instincts kicked in, wanting to play fetch. Luckily my will was stronger than the monsters. One after another they tried to catch the blood-drenched fabric and jumped, falling to their, well, hopefully final deaths. Can't believe that actually worked. Me neither, but otherwise I wouldn't be standing here. I'm glad. Seems like the undead are kinda like pack animals, at least for the most part. A few of them didn't take the bait, but nothing my greatsword couldn't fix. Followed Rhea and the boys' tracks until we met up again. I could already see the light of Amasa in the distance. But we hadn't been fast enough. With every step, Theo's hand grasping my shoulder was getting weaker and weaker. I didn't even dare look at his face while I talked to him to keep him awake. Even when his answers started getting sparse and quiet. You made it, right? Right? No. He didn't make it. Tell me that's not true. I wish it wasn't. But I'd never lie about someone's death. Especially not his. I'm so sorry, Archie. I didn't know the mission would be so dangerous. Not your fault, Innkeep. It's none of our faults either. Maybe I should have prepared a different drink for you. It's alright, we did our best. Things don't always go as planned. I guess life isn't as magically perfect as the numerous tales I've read would suggest. Bad things can happen to anyone, even those with the purest of hearts. Some may deserve it, but most don't. I mean, I actually wonder if the drink I gave them did change the outcome of this, because they said if they hadn't had the drink, they still would have been in trouble. It just caught them off guard. So it could be an instance of like, oh yeah, if I'd given them the other drink, somehow they would have made it out of this. Or it could be an instance of like, they were going to fail no matter what because they got surprised. Bad things can happen to anyone, even to those with the purest of hearts. Some may deserve it, but most don't. I just wish it wouldn't have been him. Such a selfish thought, but I can't get it out of my head. And that's fine. It's just not fair. Why him? I apologize. I didn't mean to raise my voice like that. Alright, kid. We know the pain you feel. You know, some deaths are inevitable. Illness, age, whatever it may be. Those are easier to stomach, even if they hurt. That's true. And there are deaths which are completely unexpected. Those don't feel fair to us. They make us think, if only I did this, if only I said that, and so forth. Yeah? And you mustn't dwell on those feelings. It's okay to mourn, but you can't change the past. The only thing you can change is the future. The life your friend would have wanted for you, make him proud. I suppose you're right. What'd you do then? Did you still go to Amasa? We did, yes. He must have died just before we arrived. Someone from the Night Watch recognized him. We were immediately surrounded by healers, but it was already too late. You may bring bodies back from the dead, but not souls. We explained the situation and how I got rid of the zombies. They offered us to stay the night. We needed some rest before making our way back the next morning. I also sent a letter to Theo's family. I wanted to, after all. I've known them since I was a child, and I was with him in his last moments. Someone was going to deliver the bad news. It needed to be me. Not sure I could have acted so calm and collected. I really wasn't. Also, I don't know if this is perhaps too macabre, but would you hold on to something for me? Of course. What is it? It's the quill that I used to write the letter to Theo's parents. I must have lost my supplies somewhere on the way to Diria, so I had to buy a new quill. First I thought of it as a nice memento, but the wound is still too fresh. I'll hold on to it as long as you need me to. Thank you, Innkeeper. Just, what's going to happen with the dispute between Diria and the mainland now? I'm guessing that showed up somewhere around here. Now that an ambassador has died on Dirian soil, it's just such a big mess. And we didn't fix anything. We just made things worse. Anyway, I'm so terribly tired. Please excuse me. Good night, everyone. You want to sleep here tonight? I mean, both of these are right. I would understand if you wanted to be alone, but sometimes a little company can do wonders. You'll be safe from any potential floods. I'll also be sleeping here. I suppose you're right. Maybe I'll occupy one of your rooms then, dear innkeeper. Of course, go on upstairs, third door on the left, make yourself at home. I think I'll just sleep. But I appreciate your kindness, thank you. Good night, everyone. Oh, they'll be alright. Let the kid grieve. Guess asking if either of you'd like a drink would be a little insensitive at this point. Don't. Got it. Instead, Kara, let's talk about your extraordinary fighting skills. Gotta say, I was really impressed how you decimated those zombies. It's a good beast slayer to no one. I'm more of the general fighting type, you know, but I always appreciate two strong hands. Such a well-crafted greatsword on top of that. Happy to see you appreciate solid craftsmanship. It was a gift from my Baba. She told me the great dragons themselves gifted it to her, but I don't know if that's true. You ever heard of the Great Axe of Ur? Most powerful weapon ever, forged by the origin of this world themselves? You bet. You think it really exists? Me and my Baba love to tell stories. Whenever sword was made by the dragons, maybe Ur's great axe was also more than just a myth. Or his other origin in the subterranean caves, you know, on the plain of Ur. Grew up in a labyrinth of caves surrounded by gems and ores, legends, and tales. I mean, I haven't seen it with my own two eyes yet, but I'm convinced the legendary weapon exists. Bet it's so large I wouldn't even recognize it as an axe. Ur keeps it in their resting place at all times. Yeah, though so far no one's found that yet. Hopefully no one ever has to. What do you mean? You know the tale, if someone was to wake Ur up, the apocalypse would begin. That's just an old tale, right? Something you tell kids you don't want to eat their food? What? Okay, so you're telling me the apocalypse will start and we'll be thrust into Ragnarok if somebody wakes Ur up, while also giving me a quest about that? You can't do that! Yeah! You can't say like, oh wow, if we wake... You know? Eat up or Ur will awaken. Questionable parenting techniques if you ask me. Yeah, I got to hear that a few times and I was still a wee bairn. All those tales ever did was make me want to craft a legendary weapon myself. Ever made something like it? Not yet, but I will soon. I'll make the greatest weapon ever forged and smash this year's Orhart blacksmithing competition to bits. I'll outcraft my ex-husband with ease, that bastard. Ex-husband? We used to work together, now he claims I wouldn't stand a chance against him, but I'll prove him wrong. Anyways, then keep care. I think it's getting quite late and it's been an exhausting week. Absolutely agreed, let's get some rest. And then look for another quest elsewhere to afford me crafting materials. Good night, you two. Also, Carolyn just found out that Rhea's single. Since her marriage broke apart, Rhea has been determined to win a famous blacksmithing competition. Perhaps to restore a bit of self-confidence or self-worth, but that may be a bit of a stretch. That's why she's always on the hunt for gold, fallen stars, or other rare and expensive materials. Good night, Carolyn. Night, Innkeep. Okay, so there's where the quill ended up. Oh, wow. Bartender and his no good, awful, rotten day. God damn it. Can we go back to just talking to Polly and Scott? Everything started so happy. Ugh. Things got a little bit real this time. Hey, Nico. What's up, my fellow Enigma? What's up? Don't find you that difficult to comprehend. That's what they all think. How's it going? Hopping? Running? Bad. Why? Tsunami hit my tavern yesterday. Not even 2 weeks ago, the stars fell from the sky. It's been a time. Yeah, it's been awesome. I wouldn't phrase it like that. Seems like an attitude problem. But a tsunami, huh? So that's what that was. Cool. Sucked that I was busy playing around of Magic the Scattering. Made me miss the whole thing. Oh, okay. I like how you're playing the world's tiniest violin on your hands. But what kind of deck were you playing? A blue-black? Red-black? White-blue? Would have loved to surf those waves. Sure you would have had a grand old time. Maybe next flood. Think I should start the next one on purpose? No. Aw, come on. This place has made you lame. I'm gonna keep my tavern standing and the people around it as well. Like I said, lame. Got anything interesting to say? I have an interesting question. Shoot. Seen Melly anywhere? She's gone missing. Oh, that pocket-sized detective? Sure did, several times even. Were any of them recently? Let's say so. Think the last time was 2 days ago? I was chilling in the Moon Swamp. Had just tested out that witch's spa good old Voy Boy recommended. Met some lost travelers on the way back and was giving them the conversation of their lives when that cat rudely interrupted my business pitch. Made them run off without a single handshake. Little snitch. What are you selling? Hair growth cocktails inspired by your little things. You drink them, your hair grows. Fast? Oh, well, fast smashed. Past, it'll grow eventually. You just gotta have some patience. Let's see. Well, if the apocalypse already started? I'm thinking it already has, yeah. So Melly at the Moon Swamp. Where exactly did you see her? On the way to the moon pools, duh. Where the paths diverge and nature tries to lead you astray from its shimmering reflections in the water. Isn't that near one of the Twilight Chasm portals? Oh yeah, that means she got a fresh opportunity to go surfing. Good for her. What a positive outlook on things. Always good to have one of those. After all that matters in life is fun, right? I don't know about that. Life is full of many beautiful and important things. Not all of them are fun. They should be. At least for me. Don't care what you're up to. Speaking of fun, been wondering, do you think I should explore the Twilight Chasm? Do you want to? Ish. It sounds exciting, especially since I've never been there before. They say it's just like Avalon but reversed, with a different color scheme and all that. You enjoy Avalon? Sometimes. I haven't been there in ages. I haven't been home in ages. Let me tell you, as soon as those portals opened up, I was out of there. Running from pesky consequences? You got it. Been wondering what a nightmare version of Gaia looks like. That's what they call it, right? Avalon's the dream, the Twilight Chasm's the nightmare, Gaia's like waking up. Probably doesn't look too different from Sealy Court, am I right? Couldn't tell you. So you claim, but I know a fellow scam artist when I see one. In the mirror. Oh, you think you're funny, don't you? Well, you're hilarious. High five, bud? No. Bummer. Anyway, with your obviously non-existent, only hypothetical plane traveling experience, do you think I could take a trip down to the horrors of memory and melancholia? Should you take a trip down memory lane? You know what? Go for it, Iniko. Sounds very exciting. Who knows what you'll find? Maybe the answers you seek. I'm not seeking any answers. I already know what I want. Maybe you'll find the right questions. You're so weird. You know that, right? That makes two of us. You got me there. Fascinating advice, Innkeeper. I'd care more if I cared more, I'd probably say it says something about you. I mean, I did say it, so. Luckily for you, this is already boring me. Okay, Iniko. Even though they've been traveling for a while, they've never been to the Twilight Chasm and are very curious about the Realm of Nightmares. What currently keeps them here on Gaia is the famous singer Voy, whom they lovingly call Voy Boy. That's funny, because that's like a professional League player's name. And how about a drink to keep you with me a little longer? We're on the same wavelength today, dude. Yeah, hit me with one of those. Something fast, so I can rush to the waves when they return. Mix up something real quick. Oh, I get it. That was a pun. All right. The Fable Special. There we go. Enjoy it. Fast and mischievous, just like you. Sick! This is lit, I'll give you that. Thank you. Hey, Baya. Welcome back, Baya. Thank you. It was a road trip. It was good. We stopped by my spa and did mud masks. Did you help them find a way back home? Yes. We saw a lot of weird fishes and dreams filled with dread. It was terrifying, but it was fun. We even got to explore the gruesome mangrove. The nice ghost even gave me her sunglasses. They're so cool. What else is up? The sky and the sun, but no stars. And some trees? No, trees are in the middle. Not to an ant? Ants, so cute. Do you have any ants? Okay, yeah, no, it makes sense that Baya is Bug's favorite character. It is such a great design. Not on me. And you, innkeeper? Any ants? Not at the moment, sorry. Oh, no ants. Can I offer you a drink as an apology? Yes, make me feel like a little nimble ant. Ant potion, got it. And do you also want a Swift Strike? Yes. So many Swift Strikes. I'm just going to enter rooms like that from here on. There you go. Always with the Swift Strikes. That will be appropriate starting Friday. Boom. Here. For my favorite pseudo-ant. Oh, this is so tasty. Ant class! Oh yeah, that's right. Hope that goes well. Want to look up at the trees now. Sure they'll seem taller. Can I do something else? Anything else for you? Yes, several things. Have you been handing out my coupons? I have. Just recently I gave some to Voy. People been dropping by? They have, and they're really nice. The mud masks are the most popular, and the flowers. Grace said my flower bracelets are her favorite. Must be gorgeous. I'm making new ones just for her. She'll love that. I hope so. Second thing, are you okay? I mean, we can be open. Usually would just be like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Iniko's gonna make fun of me. I'll be honest. Baya's a good friend. I can be honest. The other day really did a number on me. Trying to stay positive, but I can't say I feel the best. Oh no, that's awful. Do you want extra coupons, or flowers, or flower coupons? I think your company will be quite enough. I'm excited. It's supposed to be hella hardcore. It goes till 10 PM every night for fieldwork. Ooh, that sounds fun. Oh, nice. And what about lotus flowers? I bought you some in case I needed to cheer you up. Oh, for me? Yes. They are special flowers. Heard they're Ur's favorites and they bless you with their protection. They also make you feel nimble like an ant. Thank you very much, Baya. Okay. Blessed. I've been wanting to check in on people. I really enjoyed the flood, but I thought about when the Banshee told Mari and me that some people don't like drowning. Correct. I hope I can cheer them up a little. Baya's the best! You're already cheering me up. I am. Yeah, I was bored, now I'm having fun. Cheering up quest succeeded. Yippee. I also have some questions. Ask me. Have you seen Melly anywhere in your swamp? The small cat Vukakin? She might have been investigating your flowers? No, I didn't see a cat anywhere, but I also was very busy tending to my sniffling willows. Oh, they need a lot of love. See, how's your swamp doing? Good, it's so wet now, and there are so many new interesting critters and plants. What kind of plants? Those with teeth? Some have teeth, some have eyes and spikes, and haunting spirals of long-forgotten mistakes. Sick! I gotta check those ones out. They're nice. They speak just like little horrible birdies. You one of those people who can talk to plants? Yes. How are they doing? The plants, I mean. Depends on the plant, but they're all very loud at the moment. They love the water, they hate the water. They complain about the onslaught of the undead, they're ambivalent about the water. What was that? Ambivalent. It means they don't care, but they still want to say something about it. No, the undead. Ah, them. The trees from the Pale Woods are very upset. They say that squeaky undead keep chewing on their roots and barks and leaves. And their brains? No, they can't reach those. There's a lot of them. Maybe soon they'll learn how to climb or fly. Pale Woods. Never been there before. Is it a good hangout spot? I don't think so. It's so dry, but maybe the undead like dryness. I would think they prefer bogs. Everyone should. Vaya's the best. Everyone should prefer bogs. Agreed. Hey, Baya, can you show me those Twilight Chasm plants? Would love to taste test them. Yes. But you have to help me hand out coupons first. Do I have to? Please. Ah, fine, but only because I'm getting bored again. Hooray. And please keep handing them out to people who need cheering up, innkeeper. Oh, Baya's the greatest. I've learned Baya can talk to plants and even use some plant magic to fast travel the lands. The flora in her spa told her about undead gnawing on roots in the Pale Woods, and she's suddenly deeply involved in solving the world. If you're somehow reading this, consider it an advertisement. Visit her spa. Including yourself. Will do. Have fun, you two. Thank you. Yeah, Baya's a great character. Oh wow, nighttime already, huh? Hey, Fable. Hope Innkeeper gets a spa day. Maybe sometime. Hi, Fable. How's it going? All fine and dandy? All fine and tired, actually. Not so fine. How come? Well, the city's a mess. So is the Grove and Demis and Trigarn. Still don't know exactly what happened or how. Yeah, the water drained like this morning. There's the undead problem not too far from us apparently, and Archie is miserable. And no one has seen Melly in days. A lot of people are worried, and a lot of people also just aren't. Una told me not to worry either, but... It's hard. Yes, very. I just want everyone to be safe. I want to fix this, whatever this is. Fable, I know everything's a lot right now. Especially since this is the first wave of adventures that you've ever faced, pun intended. But Una isn't wrong. A little less worrying wouldn't hurt. I'm sure someone else will take care of it, or I'm sure... No, I'm sure it's not as bad as it feels. Sure, it's unpleasant, but worse things have happened. We've always been fine. Maybe it's just nature, the dragons are craving change. There's nothing we can do about it. There's always something we can do, you taught me that! Sometimes things sort themselves out too. It's quite pleasant to wait occasionally. I just wish I could do more. I understand. How about a drink? Something I can do for you. Not right now, I think. Heatwave next? No, next is the Plague of Locusts. Hey! You look... stressed? Stressed? Why? What makes you say that? I'm good. I'm fine. Everything's great. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. Everything's awesome. You're worried about Melly. You're saying it like that, something must be terribly wrong. About a drink, a little help for telling us what's going on? Sure. Yeah, you're very, very worried about Melly. I'm imagining is the case here. Was Spoken Heart you and you? It was, right? Yeah. Hope this helps with the word vomit. Does a little bit, thank you. Anytime. So, what happened? Nothing really. Much. At all. I was just taking a stroll trying to find Melina, checking in on the people Fable asked me to check in on. Thank you for that. Yeah. After you helped me calm down last night, I'm glad I could help. So I was, you know, taking a walk around the outskirts of Themis. So I'm guessing the date went okay and you two were hanging out yesterday? I love the change from kids need to do things alone and now worrying. Yeah. Yeah. Kumo's had a really nice, satisfying character arc. A walk is good, right? Right. So good, I even came across some new people. A lot of them were echoes. Did you talk to them? Of course not. Expected nothing else. It's peculiar, though. There aren't a lot of echoes on Gaia. There are now. Apparently the flood brought in a lot of primordial refugees. Not everyone's comfortable being submerged in water, after all, and they say Leviathan's plane is a mess right now. Oh, I hope everyone has a place to stay. Looking for places, sure. Some merchants are even offering them rides around Fisha and beyond. Like to Borkum, for example, which they advertised as the perfect vacation spot. It is. It's right by the Fisoan Wadden Sea. Very popular with travelers and retirees. I believe Una lives there currently, when she's not bothering me in my tavern. Awesome. But it's great there. I bet you can relax like nowhere else. What's going on, Kumo? Nothing. Nothing at all. Just my parents taking a casual trip to Borkum. Your parents? Like they're ghosts? Was Twat also flooded? Unlikely. I don't think souls can leave the upper world so easily. You're right. It'd be difficult for ghosts to make it out of Twat and into a mocktail bar. But being guy and tourist is a lot easier to do when you're not actually dead. Sorry to ask this of you, but you might have to elaborate a bit more? Simple. My parents aren't dead. I saw them with the merchants near Themis booking a carriage and an all-inclusive boat journey to Borkum. Oh, God. Oh, God. They're going on about how they had a positive outlook on having to leave the Primordial Sea. How it was like a free vacation, a blessing in disguise. Good for them. But didn't you see them die? No. I just saw a burning village and couldn't find them anywhere. That foolish conclusion was all mine. So they didn't die? They just left. Yes. Oh, so you're going to kick their asses? No, we're not going to say that. I'm sorry, Kumo, that's awful. It's a new kind of awful for sure. How stupid of me to think them dead. Shouldn't have thought that that only the claws of Tuat could make them leave me. You should have. They're your parents. They should never have abandoned you. Well, they did. Indeed. So what now? I'm not sure. This is... I don't know what to do. Do you want to talk about it? No. Not right now. Kumo, maybe... Anyway, have you found Melina yet? I mean, sometimes Fable, people just don't want to talk, and that's fine. I mean, I know it sucks to feel like you can't do anything, but... Not yet, but Iniko saw her at the Moon Swamp. What? About 2 days ago. There's a Twilight Chasm portal there where the dragon-cursed flood started. Indeed. Did Baya see her? No, she didn't. I mean, there's a very good chance Iniko was just lying to me for shits and giggles, but... It's great, that's awesome, that's even better. You said awesome an alarming number of times. Because this is all so awesome! I'll keep looking for her. There's not a lot you can do without leaving your tavern, except... Innkeeper, please, I beg of you, put out a quest to find Melly right now. I need to figure out what to do about my parents before they disappear again. I don't know how much time I'll have, She needs to be safe, but I can't go myself. We need to find her. Please help me find her. I don't exactly have enough information yet, but I'll make sure to find out more and make a quest. And I'll put it up immediately. Or are you sure you don't want to go? I mean, I feel like you need to deal with this stuff with your parents. And I'll put it up immediately. Thank you. I hope someone will find her. We will, I promise you. I believe you. I have to go think. Good luck with that. I'll see you soon. Yeah. Don't Burn down your tavern, I mean. I'll try not to. Oof. Friend is dealing with a lot. Someone's worried. Of course he is. Do you really think Melly is okay? I hope so. But I'm a little worried too. She was very close to the portal. I was very close to the tidal waves. Yes. Maybe to whoever started them. We don't know if anyone started them. We don't? Are Tia and Clay back? Not yet. I see. Wherever and however she is. Whether she was just watching the sky or trying to unravel a mystery, she might need help. So please give me that quest. Pardon? Please give me that quest right now so I can find her. No, it's not done. That's alright. I already know both of the rumors and I know Melly well. I think I have enough information to find her and I don't think we have a time to be pedantic right now. There's a certain way things have to be done. Your way? Yes, I'm sorry, but it's just how things are. Because you made them that way. Fable, listen, if you rush into this, you'll be putting both Melly and yourself in danger. You just said you were worried too, and you want me to do nothing? Well, weren't you encouraging me to go on more adventures just a week ago? Or are you only okay with me leaving when it's something as small as snails? I just think something like the flood must have been caused by a massive force. Whether worrisome, purposeful, or neither, it's certainly not harmless. You don't have a lot of experience with adventures like this. Or with different planes. What if she's in the Twilight Chasm? You need to level up before you stand a chance against true nightmares. Maybe we can get another quest from the farmers. Their fields must have taken a lot of damage. Archie needs cheering up too. Don't patronize me. This wholesome make potions for people game have gotten a lot more conflicty. I simply don't think you're ready for this one. Why are you being like this? You always say I should get out of my comfort zone, you encourage me to change to grow stronger and braver, and now that I do, it's suddenly wrong? I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm saying the timing isn't right. And why do you get to decide what my timing is? Why should I leave my comfort zone, but when something is out of yours, it's a mistake? Things aren't that simple. I know. I lived for over 100 years, I know that things aren't simple. I also know that they don't change by pretending they aren't there, or by pretending they're not missing. Think what you might, the quest hasn't been put up yet, so it can't be taken. I don't need some sheet of parchment to find her, just make me a drink. Oh, oh no! Okay, so my thoughts go two different directions right now, and I'm very terrified. I asked them to think about this, and they just say, fine, screw you, and go on their own. Well, I guess it's no or think about this. I'm going to go with think about this, but this might just piss you off and you might leave without the drink anyway. And then what if you don't have the stats you need to survive and you die? I wish an option wasn't. I wish the option wasn't think about this. I wish the option was like, can we just take a few seconds to like calm down? Maybe like some deep breaths or something, because think about this has a very high chance of just pissing you off even more when you're like this. I'd panic and restart the day. Think about this just feels like I'm being patronizing again. And I don't want to be patronizing. I'm not trying to be patronizing. I'm more so just like, can we just like calm down for a second? Think about this. Might damn both of you this way. You're going to look for someone no one has seen in several days after a giant disaster. She could be anywhere, including in a realm of nightmares you know nothing about. You've never even encountered bleak stalkers, and they'd be the least of your worries. There are adventurers here who have faced things worse than this, who will have a much higher chance of bringing her back safely along with themselves. Is this your way of saying you won't make me a drink? Just let it go, let someone else handle it. So they get hurt instead of me? That's not what I said. But it's what you meant. You don't know what's waiting you out there. But you do? Oh no. I'm like actually invested in these things now, so this is extra hard. Innkeeper does know though. I mean, I've heard the stories, I guess, but of course I don't know, but that doesn't mean like us not knowing doesn't like, you know, mean anything. Like we need more information. Of course not. But I can guess it won't be pretty. You know, I never realized how much you lie to me all the time. You tell me to be honest, but how can I know you're being honest with me? I'm always honest with you, Fable. I care about you. Let me help you. Maybe you can take a nap in one of my rooms and we'll see how you feel after. Enough! I've made up my mind. I've made up mind. I'm not giving you the quest. I'm not making you a drink. Okay, I don't need a drink. No, this is not what I wanted. Well, yeah, exactly. Go as a group. Don't be ridiculous. Going on an adventure without my help is reckless at best, foolish at worst. Don't say that! I'm not going to sit around and wait while other people suffer. Not if I have a chance to help them. I'm not like you. You're right, you're not. You have no idea what you're getting yourself into. Oh my god, Innkeeper. I understand you're probably frustrated as well, but you are saying the absolutely wrong things right now. I know I'm going to find Melina. I don't care what it takes. And I'm not going to let anyone stop me, not even you. Fable. I didn't choose some of those things that Innkeeper said. Yeah, Innkeeper also needs therapy as well. I mean, I don't know how I could have been more honest. I guess saying of course not, like, was technically a lie. I guess. Maybe I should have been more honest. After all, they've always been honest with me. If I had just explained everything to them, and now they're going to run towards their doom just because I can't... No, I don't want to think about that. Not sure what to do with these rumors now. I guess I'll just hang on to them. Well, I better close up. I don't really know how I could have been more honest. The only thing I could have said that I think would just be please stay. But like, I do think that we did need more information. That was rough. The real answer was to— oh my god! Mods ban, Leafy. Primordial Sea has flooded the Twilight Chasm and has ultimately reached Phaesia. Maybe it washed up something, killed his great-grandson. Usual amount of undead. Strangers come to town. The trees of Pale Woods are complaining about undead chewing on the roots, branches, and leaves and anything they can get their teeth on. That's a quest. Okay, let me put this quest in about a great axe, yeah. We've been plagued by undead. First undead snails scavenging crops, then humanoid cadavers gnawing away at the forest itself. Local plants can't catch a break. No one knows why they suddenly hunger for local flora. Some brave adventurers, preferably experienced with the exanimate, should look at this. Okay, that was it. My favorite part of that quip is that it was so horrible you couldn't actually lean in all the way. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Not even Leafy could do it. Okay, I'm kind of invested. I was going to end there because we're about at my normal ending time, but I'm kind of invested and want to do one more day. It's pulling me in right now. Hey, how you doing? You had a bad day too. Hello, brave adventurer. welcome back to my tavern. Hello, innkeeper. Thank you dearly for your hospitality the other day. Not being alone after all that happened really helped. Glad to hear that. How are you doing? These past few days have been quite eventful. I'm alright, I think. I'm just trying to keep myself busy so I don't have time to think about the things that happened. But maybe after this gets finished we go back in time and restart, where you maybe make a better choice and see what happens. I mean, the autosave, yeah, if I had made a save, maybe we could have done that. I mean, there might be a way, like, once you finish the game once, to just go back to specific chapters, but I don't really I don't really like going back on those things anyway. Like, seeing it on another playthrough is interesting, but I don't like changing my choices once I make them. I think it's more interesting to lean into my choices and not try to get, like, the perfect version of events or anything like that. But also, me making potentially bad decisions just encourages other people to play this and see the other versions. I like sticking to my mistakes, though. Understandable. Losing a loved one is always tough, and healing takes a lot longer than you'd expect. You might be right. Are you perhaps speaking from experience? This is also accurate to how my experience would be, because I'm shit at talking with people and dealing with things. So this is the accurate me playthrough. I've been doing this job long enough to witness countless adventurers passing through my tavern. Some of them return, some don't. But also Fable, I mean, I like my actions to have consequences, especially in games. I think it leads to interesting story beats and stuff. So, if this leads me into an ending where my bartender is just incredibly depressed and people possibly die, that's interesting storytelling, and I would rather that than everything comes out perfectly and everyone's super happy. But they always leave someone behind mourning. See, does it get any easier? Eventually. It's good to hear that not everything is hopeless. Distraction is always a good approach, though. I think I know what you mean. I've been writing a lot the past 2 days. Distraction does help. I want to hold on to every memory I've made along the way, and especially to Theo's last moments. I thought going on an adventure would be like some books I read as a kid. But it's not even remotely similar. Reality is always harsher than the stories portray. I'm sorry, Archie. It's alright, thank you for your sympathy, but I'll manage. Actually, I've been thinking about switching careers. I think I might be better off at home just dreaming of these adventures. And writing them down. With happy endings and all. I'd like to note the others mentioned how they loved listening to your stories. And so did Theo. Maybe I should take Rhea's advice and really continue my life the way Theo would have wanted for me. It's the safer route for sure. If that's what you want, then why shouldn't you? Another note, how about a drink? Why not? Specific wishes? Inspires me as something that'll keep me focused on writing. Something to ward off distracting thoughts. Okay. This is probably just big smart or defense. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I don't remember the big defense one. Frosted Lagoon? Okay, so attack and charisma. Why do you have an emote of Terra from Final Fantasy VI saying dead weight? With the deal with it classes. Or no, that doesn't say dead weight, it says deal with it. Never mind. I glanced at it and was like, dead weight is what I read. A drink for the upcoming best-selling author. Very sweet of you, thank you so much. Oh, this tastes absolutely delightful. Can already feel the words aligning and patiently waiting to be written down. I'll mention it. I'm always happy to help. Speaking of which, have you by any chance heard of Melina, the famous detective? As it happens, I have. You get to know quite a lot of people when you run a tavern, you know. Have you seen her recently? Sadly, not in a while, no. Saw her last a week ago, if not 2. How curious that you also know her. Meeting such a well-known detective is a fantastic source of inspiration and exciting stories. I've heard stories of her solving the case of the lost familiars in Zoford. You know, she solved the case alongside her trusty assistants. How inspiring. I'd love to tell her tale someday. Maybe I'll combine it with some of the rumors I've heard about this one mysterious place in the southwest of Fisha. Oh, which one might that be? It's a wizard's tower, a magical place full of puzzles, mysteries, and magic. Heard tales of it harboring hundreds of books containing lost and forbidden knowledge. But that's not all. There are treasures of unfathomable value and magical trinkets as well. An exciting thought for a young detective to stumble upon a place like that. Definitely a story I'd read. Promise to send me a copy, please. Oh, but of course, I'll deliver it to you myself. You know, even if we might be a few years apart, seeing her reminded me of my childhood. Sure, the circumstances are completely different, and I was never allowed to wander off by myself. She seemed a little lonely, just like me back then. Always looking for my own adventures, though she found them in the real world while I relied on books. I'm glad she found an assistant to keep her company. The life of a detective can certainly be a lonely one. I mean, I also had Theo to keep me company, but... doesn't matter anymore, does it? Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but well, Melly has been missing since the Twilight Flood. Oh, tell me you're joking. Sadly not, I'm sorry. Oh, that can't be. I really hope nothing bad happened to her. She's so young and so small. What if she also... No, there's no need to panic just yet. Easy for you to say, isn't it? Your friend didn't die in your arms. You didn't have to witness his life fade from your eyes. Don't jump to conclusions, Archie. There are no clues indicating what happened to Melina. We shouldn't expect the worst. She might be small, but she's tough, trust me. You're right. Sorry, let's hope for the best. I couldn't bear fighting another tragedy. Hey, Kumo. Kumo, it's great to see you. I've solved it. Solved what? My parent problem. I've solved it. How'd you do that? Simple. I'm here to ask you to write up and hand out a quest for me. A quest to find them and to kill them. Sorry, did you say kill them? We don't really do assassination quests. Yes. Why do you want to kill your parents? Isn't it obvious? Can't say it is. Their death is what set me on the bleak path that is my life. Led me towards my destiny, my purpose. Which would be stealing, revenge, edginess, darkness. Of course. Now that they're back, it's messing up my aesthetic purpose. Right. So I must take my destiny into my own hands. Why not talk this through instead? Talking doesn't solve anything. Wow, if you try to go on a date with Fable and act like this, they're going to tell you you're being a stupid dummy. Make you feel a little better and less murderous? No. I must embrace who I am, and for that they must die. So please, a quest. Have it done quickly. As you wish. I'll set it up for you. Thank you. I shall leave you to it. Before you go, how about a drink for the road? Maybe one that'll have you talking about something other than killing your parents? Maybe that's what he needs, and this is what happens when Fable is gone. Possibly. Yes, I shouldn't allow them a warning, so I must be deceitful about my feelings. So we screwed it all up. Let's see. Spoken Hearts. Maybe this will help your heart a little. Feels nice. Really warm, like a hug. Do you need a hug, Kumo? I need to go. Stay safe out there. Sure. And Kumo? Yes. Have you talked to Fable? Yesterday, yes. They left to find Melly. I see. Good luck with your parents. I don't need luck, I need vengeance. Oh no. Everyone's character arcs are going backwards now! God damn it! You wanted to be an adventurer and get away from your house and go on cool adventures, and now you're being like, you know what, maybe I should sit at home and just write instead. Which, I mean, could be a good thing, but feels like it's going the opposite direction that your whole arc was going. You were becoming less edgy and starting to open up to people, and now you're edgy again. Carolyn, can you come save me? Does he need help? I think we all do, friend. Do you want to help them kill their parents? What a thing to say. Pardon me? No, of course not. I meant psychological help. They don't look like they're doing too well, if I might say. It's always quite broody and mysterious, but their parents being alive really threw them off track. I wouldn't think that's a bad thing, really. And now they want to kill them just because that doesn't fit the backstory they came up with? This is the possibility for a happy ending to an otherwise dark story. Please don't tell me you're actually going to set up a quest to assassinate them. I am but a mere innkeeper of this tavern. I'm just following Kumo's wishes. We can't set up a hitman quest. That's not a quest. I would have expected you to have a little more backbone or moral standards, so to speak. My god, everyone is talking down to me. Holy shit. Oh my god, we're making everybody hate us. I'm not even choosing these things. Innkeeper is just being like, no, if they want me to make an assassination quest, I'll make it. Especially after everything that's happened and the advice you gave me. What about the people Kumo's actions would leave behind grieving and mourning? Those were your words, right? I tried to stop him, but I don't think I can get them to talk with their parents right now. You heard them, and that's exactly why there's still hope. Wait, I don't think I understand. Kumo won't take on the quest himself, so there'll be someone else that can talk to his parents. That sounds like a really questionable plan, if I may say so. I feel like if Fable was still here, if there's a possibility of Fable staying and not doing that, Fable would take this quest instead. It'll work out, I'm sure of it. Most likely it won't be a very difficult quest, especially not if you know your way with words. As a nobleman like you would, for example. Oh. Well, I'm still certain this isn't a quest for me, even though I probably could do it. What if the situation actually escalates into violence? I don't know if I could handle that very well. No pressure, just wanted to make an offer. Do you want a different quest then? Aren't you listening? I don't think I want to be an adventurer anymore. Hearing Kumo just now has amplified my doubts. I never want to have to kill anyone. Being a murderer is not how I envisioned my life to be. Of course not. I also don't know in what direction my life is headed from now on. My heart is still so full of grief. This might only be a tale, but there's this place of infinite knowledge. Oh, are you by any chance talking about the subterranean caves on the plane of Ur? I've read so many stories about them. Hidden yet wondrous place. But I really doubt a guy immortal like me could even walk there. But I've heard you can get there through the Twilight Chasm. Innkeeper, do you think that's true, that there's a portal to Ur somewhere in the Twilight Chasm? We could potentially lead you to your death now. I don't think you should go there. I think that's pretty unlikely. Then again, the Twilight Realm arose from Ur's dreams. Why did I even choose the that's unlikely option if you're just gonna be like, well, actually, though? Who knows what powers they might have. Just thinking about the caves makes my heart beat faster and my fingertips itch. Maybe I should write a little story about them. Time to write down some keywords or I might lose my ideas. No, I don't think you need Ur to lead you. Your heart already knows what it wants to do. Huh? Do you really think so? Yes, it's quite obvious, actually. How about you go write down those keywords now? They might already be an upcoming bestseller. Oh, you really are a sweet talker, aren't you? Thank you for your advice. Goodbye, Innkeeper. Until next time, Archie. Well, even if nobody else likes me, and Innkeeper will be alone forever, at least Voy will probably still flirt with me because I gotta bang an ass or something. Evening, Carolyn. Evening. It's boredom already caught up with you again. It's always on my trail, yet since this quest is still free. Not for much longer, it seems. Haven't had enough of the undead yet. Had enough of losing to them. Want a rematch. A rematch for what happened. I know, and I want to let anyone else lose more people to them. I'd be looking for Melly instead. Can't say I'm not worried about the little gal. Fable's already on it, I trust him. And I trust Melly too, to come back, I mean. She promised me we'd see each other again soon. Learning to believe in people's words. You should too. Words are empty, actions are loud. I do, but trust is a scary thing. I do, but trust is a scary thing. Everything's scary if fable's to be believed. Might as well pick the fun horrors to commit to. Like the undead? Exactly. I also gotta check up on my cousin. Those undead snails are sounding a lot more concerning right now. These are even slower than the regular undead. Very calm, and thanks. Wanna take Archie along again? Might be the calming presence you're seeking. Under no circumstances, no. Well, if you get bored, he has very good stories to tell. Shut up. Bugs, everyone hates me. Everyone, I say all the stupid things. Well, we talk about what drink you want then. Oh, thank God! Hey! Well, dearie me, my dearest acquaintances! Innkeeper, Dame Carolyn, you look radiant today. What are we radiating? I shan't say as it would be too rude. Light of you. How are you doing, Scully? That's wonderful. Yesterday I had the most delightful tea party with Sir Alphonse and Lady Frostgrip. Alphonse and I will be able to learn so much about the times we've missed thanks to the young blacksmith prodigy. This world truly is an exciting and beautiful one. Apparently this game is like emotional investment and then rips it away. Yeah. I got super invested in so many of these characters and now I just have to watch as all of them just like get very pissed at me. Lanamara, the vampire, will have forgotten all about it. That merely means he'll get to remember again. At least Scully is okay with me. Scully said I looked radiant. I needed that today, Scully. Thank you. How marvelous. The endless pursuit of learning is a wonder in and of itself. Speaking of learning, if you'd allow me, I'd like to learn how you are doing on this fine day of ours, Dame Carolyn. You do look a little spent, and I would hate to be intruding on your space. It's exhausted by all these people and their constant talking. You're good, though. Ain't your fault. Ah, I understand. The social aspects of life can be exhausting as they come with so many rules and obstacles one must traverse. But throughout this overwhelming obstacle course of moral interactions, we can find many magnificent treasures. And all of them make these efforts worthwhile. Like quests. I was thinking about friends, but quests too. Are you heading out on one? Yeah. What's its cause? Unusual amount of undead creatures are haunting Fasoa lately. Especially near the Pale Woods. Carolyn's going to check on that. Undead gathering in the Pale Woods, but why so? Is there a convention, perhaps? It sounds more like the violent type of crowd. Undead Con? For now, no, we're gonna stay sad. I'm gonna pick the bad decisions and then everybody's gonna hate me. And I'll just cry into voice chest. Unfortunate, it does seem that this sentiment is common among my compatriots. Sense and sensibilities are often lost when you are ripped from the afterlife without your soul attached to your body. I don't have a soul. Got a lot of personality for that to be true. It's very kind of you to say, but I'm afraid I'm a mere fragment of my former self. Maybe you'll find your way back to yourself one day. Wouldn't that be nice? My soul should be securely locked behind Twat's walls, and perhaps there are more memories of it stored in these old bones somewhere. I wonder what my favorite song used to be, my favorite food, or favorite book. Best way to find out is to keep seeking out new experiences to find what calls to that old absent heart of yours. Listening to all the songs of the world does sound like a joy I wouldn't want to miss out on. Thank you for the inspiration. Dame Carolyn, would you mind me tagging along on your quest? Sounds like a haven of fascinating research, and I've not been able to indulge in that pastime for a long while. You can blend in with the undead and hit them over the head. Sure, come along. A skeleton should be great help in wiping out a bunch of undead. Wiping out? By no means should that be our approach. Yeah, there's a spatula. It's like a hook hand spatula. That's been there a while. We should study them, or better yet, strike up a civilized conversation. With enough charisma, I'm sure we can remind them of their mortal consciences. Don't be ridiculous, they'll rip us apart. We can simply ask the innkeeper for some additional defense, in case they need some initial convincing. I'd even offer you some frost armor to go along with it. A few frozen pine cones here and there, you'll have a lot more of a buffer, if your words don't take hold. Excellent idea! Or just fight them, smash their bones together until they stop moving. No offense, Scully. None taken, though I believe the cleverer approach would be to rely on speed. Unawakened undead are rather slow, so we should embrace this possible advantage. Dexterity then, and defense, you're right on track with that one. I suggest adding some of a Morganite Lotus Flower to this combination. Much like Citron, it will bless your weapon strikes and lend you some of the power of the Great Dragons. The undead are incredibly vulnerable to holy attacks. Indeed we are! Power of the Dragons is a difficult one to harness. I'm impressed by your capabilities, Innkeeper. Your delight should be aimed towards the magical ingredients. Collate them in such a way is quite a skill in itself, as is choosing our approach. We should leave this up to him. Yes, you figure it out and keep. Some additional defense is a given, but what should we focus on? Charisma or dexterity? I feel like talking with the undead isn't going to work. Scully's kind of a special case, right? Like, I hate to go with the offensive approach, but we just had someone have their leg chewed off by the undead. So I don't know if the charismatic approach is really going to work with them. You know? Like, it would be cool if it did, I guess, but I don't know if it would work. I'm not sure it works either. Don't forget those wondrous infusions. I would never. This feels like it could potentially get Carolyn and you in trouble, though. Also, Skelefriend can't fight, so this is just going to be Carolyn. Which is kind of scary, too, but I guess if they have high speed, if Carolyn gets in trouble, she can just run away. I don't like where this is heading, but, sure. I'm guessing first snow? And where the holy attack thing is going to backfire on Skelefriend? Oh god, if he like got too close or something. That would be horrible. How does this work, by the way? Because I think first snow is what I need to make. Like, protecting Carolyn is what I really, really want to do here, so... Okay, first snow, and then we need a... No, continue. We need a blessing, so the lotus flowers, I think, are what I want here. So what do they give me? Plus defense, plus speed, minus attack. Because we have something else that gives blessing too, but I'm thinking we want to use this one in particular. Yeah, these also give blessing, but it gives attack, so we definitely want the lotus flowers. Okay, so now we put in a single charisma. Then big speed. But see, we need 3 speed, only 1 defense. That's what's gonna be the problem here, because to make the first snow, but I don't... Do I have a recipe for like a big speed thing? Oh, no, it's not Swift Strike. I mean, I guess I could... You can't use more than 1 fusion, no. I guess it is just make a Swift Strike, but that... I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think that's gonna work. If I want to put this in here... I guess that kind of works. And then just put in... that... and that... Yeah, I'm so used to making, like, whenever we used an infusion, I've usually had to use, like, I usually have to use the other ones, but not so for this. Like, I guess that's what you want. No, we need defense too. Well, no, we have 1 defense. So yeah, this must be what they want. It is. Okay, that's weird. We've usually had to make like the higher, the like tier 2 ones basically. I think it'd be hard to reason with creatures that don't have brains. Trust in your fighting skills, Carolyn, and I know Scully will make for a great support. Great. Good to see you found some common sense back there. Scully, let's slay some undead. At your service, madam. Let's indulge in some violence. Enjoy your travels, your conversations, and your battles. I'm glad Scully gets to go on a quest. Oh, hey, new quest. Oh, and that's the end of the day. Okay. Capital is wrapped in roots protected by the divine. According to a myth as ancient as time, there are roots of the Aether Tree. Wizard of Morlia has some... Wondrous Plane of Ur can be accessed through the Twilight Chasm, a place that can be entered through the portals of our world, Gaia. Where's the other? Okay, the Great Axe of Lord lies deep in the subterranean caves. Unimaginably powerful weapon. Works pants are washed. Once believed dead, the liars are seen in Borkum. Strangers come to town. He likes plum crepes. And legend has their clerics. The way they're explode. You'll see is flooded. Kellen's great grandmother. Allegedly is a gift very impressive if true. Full of loot, magical junk, and banned scrolls. A horde any wizard would be proud if it's still there. I enjoyed some puzzles. That's not it. So I'm thinking, only solution to your parents faking their death is to hire a hitman. Clearly, fingers crossed this will pass through youth protection. Okay. Missing Wizard of Orla has always enjoyed some puzzles. Allegedly, the Wizard Tower is full of junk. Primordial Sea. Legend has it the Great Axe of Ur. Cleric's first ever Leviathan. Yeah. Strangers come to town. He likes plum crepes. Rogue's parents washed ashore. Borkum. That doesn't work. Like, you specifically said you wanted me to make the quest for your parents. I have 2 quests I need to make. I don't think this one's needed. Where you'll see is flooded the Twilight Chasm and has... Oh, okay, here we go. This is what I need. Twilight Chasm and... Twilight Chasm has ultimately reached. Maybe it washed up something interesting. There's another thing about the Twilight Chasm, isn't there? Is that it? No. Huh. Yeah, we gotta make 2 out of this. Like, once I make the first one, it'll be a little bit easier, but... Ah, here we go. Here we go. The Wondrous Plane of War can be accessed. Primordial Sea. Twilight Chasm. I need something else that says Twilight Chasm. This is actually kind of hard. Let's try working on a different one. Wizard abandoned his tower. The wizard's location is unknown, but he seems to be gone for good. Allegedly, the wizard's tower is full of loot. A horde any wizard would be proud if he was still there. Missing wizard has enjoyed some puzzles, traps, and other trickery. There's that one. The Wizard of Morlia has abandoned his tower on, well, Morila, a small island near Niverduff and Dalwell. All is custom for a wizard, as is custom for a wizard's tower. It's said to be full of alluring treasures, gold, magic items, forbidden knowledge, and spells. Anything your looting heart desires. Be warned, the wizard does not know of love puzzles, mischief, and contraptions. Okay, capital is wrapped in roots. The only solution to your parents faking their own death is to hire a hitman. Yeah, I mean, this has to be the quest for what's-his-face, but I don't know. Rourke's parents washed ashore by the Twilight Flood, once believed dead. The liars were last seen in Buckram. Maybe it's... Maybe it washed up something interesting. Is this it? This is it. Twilight Flood brought more to Physia than just the waters of the primordial sea, in particular two long-lost air echoes who had faked their own death and abandoned their only child. Now their kid is out for revenge and longs to have them killed. As the fate of tragic backstories wills it, these renegade parents were last seen in Borkum near the Wadden Sea, so any bounty hunter should probably start there. Why did we write that up? But I don't think I had enough for another one. Ugh. This is really drawing me in right now. I'm gonna be on the edge of my seat until the next time I stream this, God. Cause, stuff's getting, stuff's getting pretty real. Alright. It's drawing me in. I'll say, like, the beginning of this game started, like, a little bit slow, but now it's, like, really pulling me in.